wasn't really planning on going, but I'm going just to check out the Rising beta. So that's really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, so Granblue Rising now. Oh, hey,
it's Fukuhara-san.
The god.
That's my man's.
Got on the proper hoodie too.
So not only are they introducing rollback, which is one of the main things that we touched on, but they're also updating the engine quite a bit. Yeah. It seems that they want the engine to resemble the style of the Granblue mobile game quite a bit more. You'll notice it the most in the character faces.
Yeah. And they're also updating a lot of the mechanics in the game as well. They're adding a lot of new things. So now characters have a straight mix-up in their auto combos now, so they do have a low and high option.
Yeah, that's very important. And very weird, a little bit.
That's the thing, is how is it all going to flush together, you know? But here we go. We are in the top 8. Here's the finalists coming up.
That was a hype way to start things off. Siegfried, that's definitely one of the characters that everybody wanted to see. That was a big one.
It looks super cool. I'm excited to try.
I'm definitely playing him.
I like Dark Knight type characters that like sacrifice their health to do like more damage and stuff like that.
That's basically him. He's like a brooding. I don't even think he's as old as the other Dragon Knights, but he plays like he's the older one.
Okay,
like kind of taking care of that type of thing.
As we saw Framework, and there's Gamera, our previous Evo champion right there, coming to try and get the 2-beat. Yeah, the golden stick. Yeah, you gotta show it off. You won it, right? You gotta flex it.
Absolutely.
Mjima, another one of our top 8s here. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
It's the sound of putting the cord in the machine or whatever.
So I was asking this a little bit earlier. We didn't get to see a lot of Tororo footage in the previous matches that we saw, so I wasn't entirely sure whether Tororo actually ended up making it to the finals. But yep, there it is. Tororo.
You gotta have at least one person in there, right?
Yeah, most def. And there's
the ref, the
two-time champ, 2 belts.
Yo, he's smoking.
The aura. That's the aura.
That's the heat.
And then Kunio, yeah, we saw just a little bit earlier. If you were unaware, well, you probably watched some of those matches. You're definitely aware now,
for sure.
Yeah, Potaku as well. Ready to fight. Got the dukes up. The golden gloves.
I always have mad respect for people who, you know, your game is run all on one day, because that is a long jaunt through, right? Like, it is not an easy thing to show up day 1 and then your finals is on day 1 too. So hats off to everyone for making top 8.
Yeah, that is definitely a mark of like a really strong player, is being able to have the mental fortitude and stamina to be able to make it as far as you like possibly can in a single day.
To have a word from each of the finalists.
Oh, okay.
He probably said like, I'm tired. I wish I was joking, but like Gamera is just like, I wish I was sleeping a lot of the time.
I wanted Ren to come out with the belts on. Said he's going to defeat everybody.
Is that verbatim?
Pretty much.
Okay.
These Granblue players are too polite. I need to hear someone right now be like, y'all are all free. I'm gonna body y'all.
Hey, I mean, if that's what you want to hear, Spooky, you just got to watch the North American tournaments, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That is true. But see, the nice ones are the scary ones, though.
Yeah,
those are the ones you really need to watch out for.
Yeah, the man who will put you up in their house will do the craziest mix-up on you.
Yeah.
Bro, you know he's been running around and working all day. Look at all the paperwork in his hand. It's all crumpled up. He's like, oh God, what am I supposed to do next?
It's been a long
Where's my
day.
coffee?
The first time I got to hear him MC, I was blown away because he is so fluent in both languages. He just sounds like completely natural. He's phenomenal at his job.
He's a homie. Yeah, I used to see him every year when I was doing the booth or whatever. He would always be in the back.
Well, so those are your finalists for the top 8 of EVO Japan 2023 for Granblue Fantasy Versus. And, you know, just like you were talking about, Spooky, this is one of the last few ones for this game until we get Rising.
Rising comes out, but and that's great that there's a beautiful future for this game, because all the little things about the game that people are most upset about, we can see that there's a clear path to getting rid of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rollback, baby.
Just goes to show you how important community is for your game, right? Like, just as long as there are people to play it, your game is still around. And Granblue is one of those great lessons of if you really enjoy the game, keep playing it. And you can introduce people to play the game. There are tons of people who are getting into Granblue even before Rising was announced. So it's a real testament to everyone who's enjoyed this game so much. So
yeah, they really care about you having an experience.
Yeah.
And you can see that a little bit with the Granblue RPG. The name escapes me at the moment. But that game was supposed to actually release around the same time as Granblue Versus did. Yes, Relink. But in the end, they chose not to release it because they were unsatisfied with the final product. And more or less, they were like, well, we're not putting this game out until it's exactly like we want it to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's excellent to see someone have such a caring attitude about their games.
I'm all about that. Like, release the game when you feel it's at its best, right? Like, just if you have the ability to do that. So, big shout outs to Side Games for just really, like you said, wanting people to have a great experience with the IP.
I mean, if you're one of those crazy people like me who play the mobile game, you understand what effort they're trying to put into it. And I mean, now you can see with Granblue Fantasy Versus, with Rising coming up, as we have our top 8 first match now. You can see
it's
gamera.
packed. Woo!
Yeah.
There's mad people. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
we see a lot of the non-Japanese as well in the front row.
Yeah.
Real excited for Granblue.
Yeah, let's get it. So Gamera is up. I didn't see who the opponent was, but Gamera, as you were saying, Ebonic, current EVO winner for 2022, looking to get the back-to-back, which is not an easy feat.
Yeah, I mean, it's back-to-back. I mean, Gamera has won so many tournaments for Granblue Fantasy Versus, just in general, right? Like, even during the Granblue, like, Japanese official
Framework
tournaments.
versus Gamera.
Oh, it's Framework? Okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, so Gamera has won just so many events, and it's just it has got to at this point be solidified as probably the current best like Granblue player for history.
For sure.
Just because of just like the longevity of how many events that Gamera has taken, and has done so with Djeeta since Djeeta came out. Obviously wasn't originally playing Djeeta because Djeeta is a DLC character. Not going to be, true in Rising. You'll be able to play that character just base, right? True. But yeah. So that's my personal opinion, anyways. Gamera is just the GOAT, and I mean that was just the case as well for previous games that Gamera has played as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're going to get a rematch of EVO Finals with Gamera versus Tororo. Yeah, I would love to see that, just because it's always fun seeing those matchups happen time and time again where you face your rival. What have you learned since EVO, to be able to defeat me? Or if Gamera has some new tricks as well to be able to take it in. That's one of the exciting things I like about these huge tournaments is seeing people whittle it all the way down to somehow we got the same two people back in the seat for that last match. It just makes it extra
that ain't easy to do. You have a target out in your back, especially after you win like an EVO or something like that. Everybody's looking at your gameplay and they're studying your videos every day, learning exactly how to counter the techniques that you are using. So to keep on rising above that is extremely difficult to do, and it's why it's so valued in the community to see someone that keeps on winning over and over, even when everyone is trying to catch them and reach that summit just like they're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's totally a possibility at this point that Gamera doesn't even make it to the finals, right? We hear now, fight a new rival. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get underway any time here. So yeah, Framework, Gamera is going to be the first match of our finals here.
Versus winner semifinals.
So winner of this is going to go straight to the winners finals. It's going to have a nice little advantage, being able to solidify themselves a guaranteed third place if they can get up there.
Listen, especially in a game like Granblue that is, best of 3 until you get to that one of the final slots in the top 8, you definitely want to get there on the winner's side.
So I'm just gonna call it out right here. I'm so glad that the entire Granblue community were just like, yeah, we're cool with 2 out of 3.
Yes.
From the jump. There was
this game would be crazy if it was 3 out of 5.
There was the joke that Sejam made earlier about a particular moment in Granblue history where some people were talking about 3 out of 5, and that got shut down real quick.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I think it makes the game more fun to watch too, being best of 3.
It's also just like the perfect pacing for the game, right? Yep. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna get into the first match here of top 8 for Granblue Fantasy Versus, and it is going to be Gamera on the Djeeta and Framework over there on the Zoe.
Letting those intros rock too. I love to see that.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are gonna see just the names are swapped right now, unfortunately, but yeah. So
Gamera player 1, Framework player 2. Everybody at home.
Yep. And so already using Learn to try and catch Gamera off guard. It's got the full conversion here thanks to the fact that it's in the corner. So aerial spinning slash is going to give a hard knockdown thanks to the fact that it was EX. And you can tech that throw all day, but Learn is going to make it so that's a plus frame situation.
Pretty much. It's a pre-canned setup, but it's a very effective usage of the Wyvern laser.
Yeah. Also a good way to test whether your opponent's awake at the wheel early on.
Yeah, and on top of that, you also get one more really nice thing. It's if they late tech, you've already done damage to them, and they get the chip damage from the laser beam too.
I like that ender there from Framework too to get some more Dragon Meter.
Everything's plus, but the Wyvern is gone now, and Framework has one chance. Excuse me, Gamera has one chance.
Yeah, so Gamera, Djeeta is currently in Super Skybound our position, as well as also having Overdrive, right? So, I mean, I can't exactly say that Gamera is out, because just Djeeta is so powerful at being able to make a comeback.
I was just going to say, all it takes is one standing heavy confirm into the corner, and it's Djeeta time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have such a strong run speed in a game where run speeds are not, like, super quick, right? That is a big help in pushing the opponent to the corner on top of just her already great corner pushing game. Oh, the overdrive's coming out. Yeah, you're about to be in chip territory. Yeah, that's why Framework tried to go for the aerial spinning slash.
Wait a minute.
Oh no,
that's a light. Gonna hold this, right?
Dropping the combo.
Oh no.
That could be really unfortunate, and yeah, there's going to be the 2M on that one. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that combo would have killed for Gamera, but at the very least, it would have been a real bad situation for Framework.
I thought Gamera was going to go for the EX hard knockdown into the one touch to the finish, but fortunately, we have to see if that is possible in another round.
Yeah, we're not going to see it this time. Broken throw gets advantage. Wyvern's back and ready to go.
Yeah, not too much Wyvern meter left though. So it's going to be able to get a big punish on this one. Yeah.
Spinning slash, aerial spinning slash.
Gotta hold that.
Good block on the overhead.
Now there's no more uses of the Wyvern though, so you have to use the EX Thunder to be able to keep pressure going. And yeah, you just see, I want you to press something. You're in the Granblue zone now, baby. Regular Skybound art that should be able to finish it off here with the Gamma Ray. Yep.
Blasted out of
Gamma Ray.
So first game going to Framework there on that one. Just making Gamera look a little sweaty.
He's definitely sweating. I see the beads.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sweating too. Woo!
I mean, hey, you know, it's such a hard position to be in at the moment, right? It's
sweaty match.
You're facing the Evo champion, and you know, you just gotta bring everything.
The schmooth through. I love the spacing that Framework is establishing. I feel like Zoe is one
conversion.
of the...
Framework, spinning slash.
Wow, the first hit of spinning slash did not actually connect and still got the whole
Still
thing.
made it work.
Yeah. That's just somebody, you know, they know their character, right? You know, just like, you know, they know the ability of this game. And
conversion.
That was the farthest reaching, and thanks to the rush, they were able to get a full conversion. You know, that is a Season 2 change, and it's been working out real well for a lot of people. Tried to get the whiff to stop the Thunder from being called.
That's
not
what
the
I'm saying.
dice.
Like, Zoe's one of the characters.
Meter mechanics.
Zoe's one of those characters where that can really force Djeeta into an uncomfortable situation in the neutral space, where normally Djeeta's fishing with that standing heavy, but Zoe is a character that can really beat her at her own game in that space.
Yeah, real strong at the mid-range, right?
Having a lot of trouble setting up the basic just counter hit frame trap game, except in this corner type of situation. Even now, nothing solid. Got the throw. It's broken.
Yeah, I mean,
counter hit light.
That's a true test of like understanding how Granblue offensive pressure works, right? Just sitting there and doing nothing right there, because that is clearly your opponent trying to put you into a counter hit situation. And if you can just stay there, remain stalwart, remain vigilant, you'll be okay.
You got to believe in victory, right?
Yeah. I'm trying.
Oh, good dodge.
Oh, got the counter hit, but no full conversion. You know what? I'm actually not sure you get much off that.
You might only be able to do the follow up, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, committed to it.
Busting out just completely out of nowhere, too. You kind of have to check your opponent on that every now and then, right? So, oh, they're trying to whip punish each other so bad.
The Gordon Fisherman.
Okay, had to use 50% of the meter for that, though. Which means you're now out of Skybound Art range, and there's the overdrive. Did you press it? Oh, pressed it too early.
Yeah. I saw the thought process.
Yeah, it looked like you were really looking for the overdrive. Was Framework, but got the hit. Yeah, not going to be able to pull it. I don't know if that was going to be able to get the full combo off it. It seemed like it was a little bit too far away from the corner. Yeah.
All right. Well, either way.
I mean,
he's done.
Gamera now in losers.
Yeah,
Framework just took it.
Wow, good job, Framework.
Already Evo champion down.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, the target on the back is real, right? Like you were saying.
True. He definitely was thinking to himself for the past hour. He was thinking about nothing but how to counter Djeeta.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the benefits of having a break in between, you know, from pools to top 8 is you get that time to say, I know exactly what my route could look like, and I know who my first opponent is.
He dealt with that extremely well. He didn't even get a game.
No, I mean, I think you guys were just like totally right about the whole, just the fact that Zoe's able to exist in that avenue that Djeeta's just have a lot of trouble with, right? Because normally she's just the queen of the mid-range game. She's just incredible at being able to frame trap you once she's knocked you down. But you can't really get to that situation if your opponent is just outpacing you right exactly there, right? Or if you can't even get to that point because the laser beams are there, the explosions from the dragon, etc., right? Even the thunder call, like you have to deal with all this. You have to think about all these options, and you know, Framework is just brought it to the table.
His neutral was superior in that set, but it's not over. You know, he can, of course, come back and lose side of the bracket. That's why we do have the double elimination format to give you a little bit of time to recover and see if you can bring it back.
And sometimes that loss, especially if you're a really strong player, that loss in winner's side is a little bit of smelling salt, right? Like where you turn into a completely different beast.
Yeah, I'm not playing like myself right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you need that call.
I don't know if there's any wake in Gamera. That dude is perpetually asleep. It's insane. If you've ever watched like any of the other events that he's been at, whether it have been, you know, the past Evo that he took or any of the other Japanese official events that he also played in, just the exact same demeanor. Just wants to get back in his bed. Just needs to cuddle up in the covers.
all business. I'm just here to get the W and then go home and go to sleep.
Word. So once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in to Evo Japan 2023 edition. Right now, we're deep in the Granblue versus top 8, and about that winner semis number 2.
Yeah, so this will decide who is going to be going up against Framework. Actually, the question is who can take down somebody that was just fighting toe to toe with Gamera so easily. To be quite honest.
I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see how Framework performs in the next one because you know going in you know you're going to fight Gamera, right? So you're prepared for that. But do you also have the strategy for you know who the winner of the next match is going to be and you're going to be facing? And so sometimes that can be a bit of a quandary too because you got to wait now that you're in winners finals. You got to wait to get to that match point.
There was a lot of Metora. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the threat here.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a very like Japanese character in terms of their offline scene. You do see quite a bit more Metora. At least you did. I'm not 100% sure if it's like persisted throughout the entire lifespan of the game. But you know, when you see a lot more Metora in a scene, in any given scene, really, you get to learn the matchup, right? It's that's just how it is with any character. So the more you see it, the more you get to train against it.
Metora definitely a character that you know checks your number one your patience on defense, but number two your knowledge on when do you get your turn. And I feel like if you don't have that experience, you're going to get blown up really quickly by her and not really know what went wrong.
Yeah. So I think they're checking headphones here before getting into it.
This game is a very, very, very audio-heavy game. Like just responding to a lot of things that happen. I don't know how people play this game without audio, to be honest, because this one is super, super important to be able to, for me to be able to hear what's going on and what moves are coming out, even just the overhead sound alone.
Yeah, the overhead sound, it's so funny too, because like I feel like a lot of people when they've trained themselves to hear the overhead sound and then throw anyway. Like it's like, yeah, this is an overhead. I'm gonna throw tech. Wait.
Oops.
Oh, I just lost 80% of my life.
Granblue Fantasy versus Winners Semifinals 第2試合 Mjima versus Tororo.
Mjima versus
バトル
Tororo.
スタートです。
Got that Percival.
So yeah, Tororo, our runner-up over at Evo this year, or previous year, excuse me, because we're on the road to Evo America, right?
Yeah.
Very soon.
Back to Vegas. We live in Vegas.
Here we go. The apple.
Yeah.
I was saying it when we were watching the other block. Do not take the apple from this man. That is not a gift he's offering you.
Oh no, it's a gift, at least in his mind. You just definitely should not take it. Don't give in to temptation. The sin is a bit too grievous. Yeah, so these are two of the heaviest hitters in the game in regards to just how powerful they are. Not in terms of like how much damage you're going to see out of regular combos, but just in terms of like how strong the actual characters themselves are within the metagame. These guys just have everything that you would ever want in characters in this game.
It's true. I mean, they both have that Super Shoto type of aspect to them, right? Where they have a Shoto move, but a little bit more.
Tororo, repping the Lord of Flames.
And there it is.
Yeah,
Early convert with the bunker.
God, I remember when 5H Lord Strike did so much more damage in the, before the game came out, and they toned it down before release because it was egregious. But wow, Traumarai actually, the rare footage of the Traumarai hitbox actually connecting. You know, normally when you use Traumarai, you're just getting stacked,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're
But
just far away.
He's just tossing it out. Deal with my flames, buddy.
Ooh, got him with the low as well. Put the skewer on him, heat him up a little bit.
And using that roll to be able to kill frames. And wow, just got the straight walk forward. Mjima not actually even trying to bulldog there. No walk block, no nothing. Just straight up taking the sword to the face.
He might have wanted the bulldog, but instead he became a skewer.
Facts.
It's kind of hard not to become a skewer when the sword looks like that.
Oh my goodness, Belial kebabs. Better watch out.
Yeah, it looks like you know, Mjima just kind of looking out for that. It's gonna be able to get the safe jump pressure here. Now this is where you mess around and find out off the 2Ms.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be on that find out phase.
Oh, there's the
finding
sweep.
out with the sweep.
Yeah, that's one of the best sweeps in the game.
Extension.
Meaty pinwheel, caught him with the check, no confirm, but still got all this pressure.
Yeah, and that was the frame trap pressure right there too. So that's why Mjima actually backed off for a second, despite the fact that it looked plus. It was a dragon punchable situation, right? There. Oh yeah.
We're trying to keep the corner.
Yeah, not just to keep the corner, but it's also because of the change to the dive kick, right? The jumping unique actually is like really hard to even stay alive with these days.
That's all right. That move was too silly before. So.
Oh, absolutely.
It was ridiculous before.
Ooh,
whiff punish.
Okay,
He
so
said, I got a heavy button too.
yeah, that move right there. When the game first came out, everybody was like, how can you even use this move with Percival? It's so whiff punishable. It has so many recovery frames that are just whiff punishable, right? And then Kizuke was like, how are you whiffing this move? Look how big it is. Like,
yeah. Why are you whiffing this? It covers a fourth of the screen. Nice DP there.
That is an important factor, though. The one balancing factor of Percival was that he has a lot of lingering hitboxes on his longer range moves, the 5M and the 5H especially. Sometimes you'll even see that on block, they'll cancel to a dodge just to not leave that hitbox there.
Tororo spending resources to try to get out the corner.
okay, yeah, and also using the plus frames on the Lord Strike to be able to get away as well.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be there against Belial. Pinwheel, pull him in.
Ooh, trying to go for the throw.
miss.
Oh, wow. Okay, EX Traumarai as a reaction to throw whiff.
I don't know if he got the stocks, though.
He did not.
Yeah.
Okay, full confirm here is going to be able to get the hard knock. Well, we're going to get the stocks now off the medium Traumarai, but the jump over the 5H, yeah, and there's that recovery coming into play on the 5H.
Oh, he chased it!
Called out the back.
Was that a reset attempt? I wonder about that. That was unusual.
Patience from Tororo.
Nice.
I like that.
Off the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be a buffer just straight into the rush. Okay, Dragon Punch just to be able to get away. Now, I mean, you have to worry about Dragon Punch.
Command grab,
you
too.
Barely have any life, and yeah.
Frame trapped. Frame trapped into oblivion.
That's the scary thing about Belial is that you can go many rounds without seeing the command grab, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm gonna, block this meaty or this safe setup, and then the command grab comes out and you lose, and it's just like, oh, I forgot he had that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it hasn't come into play yet, but I mean, we will see. We will see if it's even gonna get used, because like that's how like a lot of Belial players play is they just like, I have this command grab. Yeah. Am I going to use it?
I'm not going to use it. I'm not look at me. Do I look like a command grabber to you?
Nah. Do I look like a grappler to you? Oh, that's right, I am.
By the way, I'm definitely going to grab you right now.
Okay, yeah, trying to use the pinwheel again. Yeah, the fact that Belial can use so many different options off the fireball in general, right, is just a scary thing because you have to know exactly where and when it's going to be in terms of frame data.
Oh.
He didn't convert?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to get the whiff punish on that one after the dodge. No dice, though. Overdrive available for both players now.
Tororo with some strong corner control.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly where you want to be if you're Tororo. What a
again,
sweep.
the sweep Tasmodius.
That was the tip of the tip.
He's always buffering that cancel, too, just in case it makes contact.
Absolutely.
Excellent dodge. He can super if he wants it. Nope.
Looking for that last touch.
Oh, there it is, the crouch slide.
Yeah. With the rush.
pretty easy to confirm after that point. Yeah, once you just, just make sure you hit the standing light afterwards, and if it's a hit, then, you obviously just go into rush, because it's really easy at that point. Otherwise, you can just maybe get a Trauma Rise stack or shoot a Fireball to keep yourself safe. Either way. Oh, eat the roll on the 5M. Nice.
Yeah,
Fireball's better thanks to the stock.
Yep, every time.
Got to use an EX charge for it, though, so couldn't really keep pressure going because I had no more EXs left. That's one of the things that you have to watch in this game, is you have to watch your opponent's resources. And I'm not talking about meter. I'm talking about what special moves they literally have available to them, because you actually know.
Yeah, you can figure out their routing even if you're getting hit to say, like, okay, what do I have to face on Wake Up?
Overdrive just to be able to get Tororo away. Got the plus frames here, but the DP comes out immediately.
I like that. Showing some gusto.
Yeah, the last time, actually, there was information that Tororo used it to get away from the corner, so the Dragon Punch was probably an attempt to be able to stop that. But wow, what a confirm!
Wow.
Wait, that didn't kill? Wow.
You did mention that it does a bit less damage now.
An overdrive for Mjima, right? So can't get chipped out, kind of just chilling.
Oh,
like
very
that.
good
Straight
jump
punish.
back.
Yeah, super good awareness right there from Tororo. Stayed away from the 5H. That move used to be the absolute terror when this character came out.
Absolutely painful.
Yeah.
I really like the way that Tororo's dancing in neutral, because he's switching between 5M and 5H range really well against the Belial. And I think that that's so important, because he's not falling into, okay, my neutral button for this set is 5H with Percival, and that's the only range I'm going to stand out.
He can't do that against Belial. He'll die.
I don't know, man.
Buttons.
Percival is the Lord of Flames. I don't know if you can tell him what to do.
This guy likes flames. Are you serious?
Yeah, well, he likes a lot of stuff, to be fair.
It's in the name. Belial
is a
flames. That's
equal
no problem for
opportunity
him.
employer right
Yeah,
here.
Belial definitely likes just about anything you throw at him.
He's just at home in purgatory.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I got
version
the
of
frame
the light.
trap. That's the thing about that Fireball. Again, it's just like you try to play, the RPS on it, and you guess wrong once, and then just Belial runs away with it. And yeah, now you get combo fodder off the Fireball too. It literally does your taxes. It slices and dices. It's crazy. It makes you a grilled cheese sandwich in the morning. Like,
cut him up.
Nice. Yeah.
The first part of the C whiff, and he took advantage. Tororo. You got the range, and you got the Fireball. Excellent dodge.
Using the rush there too. Slowly but surely trying to gain the advantage back, but back throw situation going on. Oh, went for the just wake up overhead. Maybe thought the throw was coming.
Yeah. But see, a lot of people will see that and they'll be just like, "Why are you doing wake up overhead? What's wrong with you? Is that an input error?" No, it's actually one of the best ways to throw.
It's actually really good. Yeah.
It's one of the best ways to throw attacks in the entire game. Funny enough, because it'll lead to just gigantic damage. Universal overhead is one of the best starters. So
yeah.
He was trying to escape the chip.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's I don't actually know if you can escape the chip in that situation. I feel like you're just kind of done.
Set point for Mjima.
Yeah, Tororo looking also to maybe go to the losers bracket, and I mean, hey, that could be Evo champ and Evo runner up facing each other very early on.
They would have to fight in the loser semis or something like that.
That would be wild. You might get that reality though.
I mean, Tororo fighting back though, using the EX Dragon Punch to be able to get through the Fireball, and that actually pushed towards the corner. Mjima fought back though.
He knew the range of the Fireball.
Oh,
and
not today.
Uppercut too. Cross up. Good block and mat. It was pretty high up. That was a good time to Abare, I think.
Yeah, and you also get around like the opponent trying to Visago and whatnot. But oh no, yeah, okay, so that's 100 meter gone.
Yep.
That's all the resources.
But we have the corner and we have 2 stocks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it is Percival, right? Like if he hits you, you're probably dying anyway.
Especially with
if he goes into power bunker right now, oh, he could have done stock uppercut.
I think he was just going for speed, right? You just got to make sure you get the answer. Yeah, exactly.
Show you again.
Because you didn't actually see the good right there, so that was actually a quick DP. Yep, that was easy input. And because of that, that actually got Tororo a lot of extra damage and possibly even the win, right? Quick inputs, easy inputs are pivotal to being able to make sure you get a proper reaction.
Yeah.
You may sacrifice cooldown time, but you've got to make a knockdown happen sometimes.
And it gave him the positioning too, so that was super, super important. This is a double set point for set point for either player. This is the last round.
And that's the second time Tororo has used the EX Lord Strike plus frames to just get out of the corner for free. Mjima just kind of not checking that. But, what a whip punish. Yeah, you were talking about that earlier, Spooky. The lingering hurt box, right?
Yeah, it's very dangerous. And Mjima gets the W. 2-1.
That was a very Belial round, just super aggression. Because, like, before you were seeing a lot more pensive, just wait and see in the previous round, right? And that's kind of how, like, Belial players love to goad you into thinking that you're into a secure zone. And it never ends up that way once the final round comes in.
Guess what, guys? You might be good enough for grand finals in regular old Vegas, but this is Japan. Got to hold that L. Now they're both in losers bracket.
Yeah, that's true.
So winners finals is consisted of Korea versus Japan now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Korea, who has been supporting Granblue since like day 0 or something like that.
Yep.
There was a point where I personally had said that I felt Korea was the strongest Granblue region, but that was a really long time ago, and that was also like during pandemic, so we couldn't during like no offline events in the States or like internationally, right? So we couldn't really put that to the test, unfortunately.
They were one of the immediate competitors in the game pretty much when it came out. I saw a lot of KO community, Korean wrestling man from Tekken community, and several other players as well from that area all competing. Now we got a little look at the bracket here, and we're going to be heading to the loser side soon. Oh, there's Ren. Oh, good luck, Ren.
Yeah, so the bracket is actually Framework and Mjima going to be going at it in winners finals, but we're going to slide on down to the lose and go home. For real, we've been online so much that it was like losing, you're already at home. But no, seriously,
just get under the covers right afterwards.
No, seriously,
just
here
big chilling. Just
you're gonna have to find something else to do. So this is a real important part of the bracket, and I'm curious to see who's going to move forward because, as you said, Spooky, was good enough for Vegas, right, in 2022, but it's a new year and new me.
Wasn't good enough tonight.
Yeah.
See what happens on loser side. Of course, shout out to all the Granblue community because it's been very amazing. We have already seen announcements about Siegfried being in Granblue versus Rising coming soon. And now we got to see who's going to get the dollars tonight at Evo Japan, all right, 2023. Good luck on the loser side to all the monsters. We've already had 2 major upsets.
Would not have called that this early for gamera to be going down to loser side or Tororo, to be honest with you. I mean, they're just such dominant players. But again, as you were saying about it, we get to see a lot more of the people because it is in Japan, right? So you don't have to worry about flying over to the U.S. or to North America and then being tired and getting used to like this is your element. You're here, so you have a really big opportunity and it's free to enter.
Yeah, most definitely. I am going to harken back and then get to your point real quick. I personally felt like gamera going into losers pretty early was actually almost a shoo-in because I feel like he always does.
Okay.
But Tororo, no way. Tororo, no way. But anyway, the fact that most people don't really understand what it takes to travel to a new country and then play the next day, right? Like, you really want to get to a new country quite early if you're going to play in a tournament in that country, right? Because the jet lag is going to hit you something fierce. You're not ready for it. You think you're ready for it. You're not. I promise you.
Yeah, it's big tough. And then, again, this being a one-day tournament for Granblue specifically, like, you don't want to get hit with that jet lag in the middle of it. So the fact that they have, the opportunity if you're, on that side of the world to be able to travel and not experience as much of that is just a big ups. And that's why I love the split between Evo and Evo Japan because you see a lot of the same people come and perform really well. And the ones that do perform really well consistently, it's even more impressive because it's like, wow, not only are you doing it on one side of the globe, you're doing it on the other one too.
True. All over the world. I mean, this is what we kind of were hoping for in the old era. There was the era of like Super Battle Opera and all these old tournaments. And, there was a time even where the rest of the world almost had a chip on their shoulder when it came to fighting games. Oh, Japan always has all the dopest tournaments and nobody else really has anything. Now, thanks to the Evolution Tournament Series, all the Pro Tours that we've seen, everything else. I mean, Evo, there was a time where I was like, man, Evo being in Vegas is cool, but Evo needs to be worldwide. I said that to myself. And now, this feels like, Evo Japan now is a few years running, but you can tell that's only really the first step. If they've done Japan, why not do Europe? And once they do Europe, why not go everywhere, right? So it's amazing to see that in motion.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's just kind of like a matter of time and logistics, right? Like before we can even get to that, there's got to be a lot of things figured out, and I'm sure it's not something that people are trying to shy away from, but. I mean, we'll see. Just keep supporting. As the fighting game community has been doing exceptionally well, and as of recent, right? We've been showing out in incredible numbers. It only gets bigger every year. I feel like it's actually insane to me.
It's such a wonderful feeling, though. To see no matter what your entry point into the FGC was. It's wonderful to see the way that it's continuing to grow, even through the struggle times. Like, for me, the most fascinating thing is that FGC always prevails, right? Like, we always put in the time and effort, and yeah, the people that come in rotate in and out, but there's always people there to put that heart in. And speaking of heart, we got Ren on the screen. I'm a Ren fan.
I love that you said speaking of heart too, because like that you segued into specifically heart for Ren. Because if there is a heart-based player out of Granblue for Japan, yes, I feel like Ren is just the person to call for it.
Looks like they're giving the thumbs up. They might be about ready for an excellent matchup. This is the loser's bracket. To remind everyone at home, that means the loser will be defeated at 7th place, and the winner will move on for a chance to get the W.
I don't think we're playing Street Fighter 5 anymore, though, so I'm not entirely sure the thumbs up is necessary, but...
Sometimes you just gotta, double confirm.
You cool? You good?
Yeah, you good.
Sorry, that was a long time ago, and I still like making the joke every now and then. But yeah, so the name of the game a lot of the time for Ren is like, which of the characters does he feel is necessary for the matchup that he's going to run into, right? Because the two characters that you're going to see most likely are Seox and Avatar Belial. We used to see a lot of Charlotta, but that just has not been the case as of recent. So you're pretty much just always guaranteeing that you're going to see, is it going to be Seox or is it going to be Avatar Belial? Today, it looks like for this matchup it's Seox, as we saw the character select screen a little bit ago, versus Zoe. And, I mean, I got to say, I feel like that's just the absolute proper pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually going to chime in and say, I think that is like the choice to make. I mean, especially when you're playing at the level as these guys are. You really want to have that character matchup advantage, as much as you can. Now, obviously, it's going to come down to the players, but
honestly, I don't really like this matchup as the Zoe player, because Seox is like one of the only characters in the game that just ignores like everything that the Wyvern does.
Yeah, that's exactly
he goes through lasers, he goes through like all types of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he does have the fastest run speed in the game on top of that too, so he is pretty much always on you. You do not have a chance to set up. You don't have that time to charge your Wyvern meter, etc., right?
Yeah.
Watch your Seox, genius. Might be in trouble over here.
Yeah, so first game getting underway now. Oh, I'm believing. I promise.
She has the Hylian shield.
Yeah, she did.
She spent like 30 hours finding that shield somewhere.
In the forest somewhere, under a rock.
Yeah, already with the fake wall dive to be able to get around and got the punish as well. And this is kind of what you see out of Seox. This character is just going to be all over you, and you're going to need to figure it out. Wall dive is projectile invincible on the way through. He's got the parry. That's plus frame right here. You got shimmied, and you're done.
Yeah, this is
perfect.
Perfection for sure. That round played out exactly as Ren envisioned it, I bet you, 100%. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get the W.
You ever played Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? You get the claw, and when he hits you every time, it does all the status effects all at once. That's Seox.
I haven't thought about that game in a long time.
Yeah, that's the claw for real.
Right.
Look at Mystic Quest. He has the Mystic Quest claw.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people try to stay away from talking about Mystic Quest. So.
Oh my goodness!
So right there, that was a setup where the clone whiffs, so you don't actually get the press frames. But a lot of people see that setup and they think, oh, it's immediately a throw. So Ren went to the air fireball to be able to bait throw, got the counter hit, and I mean, well, we see where we're at because of it, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Got the counter on there.
No,
roll.
she said no.
No.
Oh no! Don't bait my throw. No.
Nutty.
He's got the tea. That's his drink of choice, huh?
Oh yeah.
Gotta get them antioxidants.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually a tea.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's working out.
It looks like tea to me.
It could be the Space Jam juice, whatever it is.
It could be a little Jamba juice that he needs.
Stuff.
Oh my
Michael's secret stuff.
Ain't no secrets about KSI right now.
There's definitely something. There's some secret stuff in whatever Ren.
Oh my God! KSI will not stop throwing. This is so the entire set, Ren has basically just been getting damage off of throw baits. This has been insane.
I mean, but it's mad scary, right? Like, I understand it's tough when you're in a situation where Seox is just bearing down on you. A nice counter there from Ren to put himself onto set point. Just that. This Seox though, like you said, this is what the character does.
Yeah, this is the fast-paced character.
Not only is Ren looking better, but KSI is having some trouble. Looks like just some general matchup struggles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we were talking about Ren specifically going to Seox, right? We were just like, this is absolutely 100% the choice that you pick versus Zoe out of the two characters that Ren likes to play. There's just no reason to play Avatar Belial if you have a Seox, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, okay.
Tried to go for the air tear, which would have been quite a bit of damage, actually. But, you know, KSI was preemptively already doing the jump H. Now the parry comes back out, and I mean, what little offense that was afforded to you originally, the parry is just taken away.
Look at the pressure in the corner as well. Got opened up. I mean, you got those claws. That's 6 can openers right there.
Good mash.
Oh,
good neutral jump.
Right back at you, son. That's a taste of your own medicine.
Saint Seiya. I swear, that super doesn't even look like it looks like it's from another game or something.
It really
that
does.
super's so dope.
Yeah, it's from a game called Granblue Fantasy. It's on mobile.
So,
you know, you can play it
download it right now.
Well, that's the thing is you don't have to download it. It's a Chromium-based game.
That's true. That's true.
It's a Chromium-based game. You ain't got to download nothing.
Oh, that was crazy. Found the gap. But then Ren found one right back. Oh,
Dash
my
throw
God.
back.
Here we go. I've seen this episode already.
Yo, paying rent in this corner over here.
Yeah. Definitely a lease that you just cannot get away from.
You just can't get out of it.
Don't fireball. Don't fireball. He's waiting for it.
Oh my
God. Goodness.
Yeah, you try to neutral jump to be able to get away, but the problem is the wall dive just recovers so quickly. There's the dodge that's going to kill it. Yeah,
that is
absolutely dead.
Claude.
Straight into Skybound art, and Ren took that in emphatic fashion. You said that the first round went exactly as Ren envisioned. I feel like maybe that entire set went almost. It was probably about 98% because what probably wasn't looking to lose that other round right there to throw a tech at the wrong point. But good lord,
You just envision that too.
Projectile invincible moves over and over and go through everything.
It makes it more exciting. It makes it more exciting when you envision, like, I'm going to do this, yeah, I'm going to win, I'm going to get hit a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and do the other thing, but...
Hey, just like you trained in training mode, you know what I mean? That's why you practice that stuff, so that when you do it in a real match, I'm just going to go for it, right? And, you don't, not everything has to be, the preemptive. Sometimes you just got a hard call and just go for what works. Certainly, we see that 6 very effective against the Zoe mid-range and the Zoe long-range, and whenever they had the corner, Ren attacked, and they were full hand. They were unblockable.
I like what you said there, Spooky, about... obviously KSI is an extremely strong player to get to this point in the tournament, but it did look like the game plan really wasn't there, just layer 1, right? Like, this is what I'm going to do, how to approach. And I think that maybe trying to figure out how Ren is going to use 6 against me turned into... I'm lost.
I don't know how to fight 6 exactly. Yeah. And you could see it even where you could see some of their evolution as they played. It was like, okay, well, I can't fireball here because if I fireball, they're gonna do their dumb EX dive move. How about if I jump back? And they still got hit, right? And when you're in that situation, not to say it in such a weird way, but you're not really ready. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to figure out what's going on the fly while things are happening. While Ren is going, I'm gonna go through all your wyverns. I'm gonna go through your lasers. I'm gonna grab you like 5 times and I'm gonna overhead you and kill you. Like that's where he's at. You know, so. That was really amazing to watch.
It was.
Yeah, that's why Ren's the 2-time champ. The 2-time champ. He's got the belts. Oh, yeah. No, but yeah, congrats to Ren for moving on. So that was Losers Bracket 2. So that is going to be the last time we're going to be seeing one of the Zoes. We still got another one in the bracket so far.
And if I'm Framework, I'm watching that, right? Like, I'm watching that set like a hawk to say, you know what?
How do I deal with Ren if he gets to me?
Yes. And not just how do I deal with Ren on paper, but every player, when they show up to a tournament, is a different player than, in the past, right? Like, how do I fight today's Ren? Because today's Ren might be doing some stuff that yesterday's Ren that I thought about is not going to do, or they might be feeling a certain way or leaning on certain moves. So it's so important to be able to get that data ahead of time, and just another advantage of being in winners finals.
Yeah, so as we continue on through this bracket here, we're going to have to go again through the losers before we get back up to winners finals, though. And, man, this has been a good start. Y'all been feeling it? I've definitely been feeling it so far.
I think the first round has been very amazing, and there's been a surprising amount of back and forth, all things considered.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it, and we saw all types of matches. We saw one go to game 3, last round type of situation. We saw a couple of blow-ups as well, and we saw some game plans.
Last one was a blowout.
I mean, it is what it is. But we've also saw the evolution of gameplay. So I think you're getting a little bit of everything, and Granblue delivers. Like, it really does hit on the viewer experience, and I think with Rising it's going to be even more so. So I'm excited for the future of this.
Yeah, it's nice because you also get all the different character archetypes so far, right? So we've actually been seeing that because of the characters that you see, we are seeing those differing types of rounds and games. It's like, yeah, the one with 6 was extremely quick because that's just what 6 does. He turns it into a high-paced match, no matter who he's fighting against, right? Like, it could be Metora versus 6, and that might just be a high-paced match anyway. You know, that kind of deal, right? So you really get kind of like an eye of what's going on in Granblue and what the possibilities are.
Speaking of possibilities, Ferry versus Metora, 2 characters we so far in top 8 have not seen, but we've seen both of these players playing earlier. If you were tuning in earlier, so going to see another situation of
Kunio
2 characters that really
Potaku.
make sure that you play proper and neutral, otherwise they punish you big time for it.
This is one of the most fun matchups in the whole game because you have Granblue, a game that borrows a lot from Street Fighter when it comes to rules of what you're allowed to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, not this matchup. This matchup almost has like no rules. You got one character that double jumps and flies all over the screen, and then you have another character that has traps and an uppercut because why not, right?
Yeah,
so it's a very exciting matchup. I think it's a little bit harder maybe for the Metora side because Metora doesn't really want to block too much in this matchup versus Ferry. You know, okay, she doesn't want to block either, but she can block some fireballs now and then and be okay.
Yeah, she can certainly deal with it.
She at least has defensive options when she does block, you know, whereas Metora is like, well, I guess I got system mechanics, so there's that.
Yeah, but Metora she has the ability to stay on her feet the entire round in this matchup, and that's probably going to be the best path for her to win.
And Ferry does have the EX hit grab, right, that does break through, so that could be something to look out for for Kunio specifically to get a knockdown at that long range. Otherwise, if Meteora's standing, like you said, Spooky, she's doing all right.
Yeah, pretty much. If she can stay on her feet, she's okay. The EX whip from Ferry, I forget the frame date of the startup, but it's almost full screen range and it's projectile invincible too. So pretty much it's a free in if Kunio can react.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent point too, because that stops the normal neutral game that a Ferry or a Metora player would normally want to play, right? Because they have to worry about the EX whip if it's available, because that could just completely change the entire game if you do the wrong timing fireball.
Speaking of timing, going to move the block pressure. Didn't get the second butterfly though.
Ooh, the trade.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why you saw Kunio barring, is specifically to get away from that second butterfly, because if you can negate that from being a thing, you can just not be pushed to the corner. And in fact, hey, look, Kunio has now changed the tide of battle, right? Pushed all the way back to Potaku, back to the corner.
Just slipping in the sweep range, too.
This is about to be serious.
You definitely want to swip into far medium and sweep range for sure. That is your thing.
Ooh, yeah, unblockable.
Wow, nice call out. Great spacing there from Potaku, and that's how you know they're a Metora player, right? It's just like being able to set the opponent up into an air unblockable situation.
Oh, there it is.
Set
Found
it
the
up.
moment. You must guess.
Oh, Heinrichten, okay. So yeah, it's gonna be able to cancel anything into anything basically. There is a limit to how canceling does work, but I mean, you're never going to see the limit actually come up because the players have been doing it for so long.
Early break.
Throw, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Absolutely. Still stuck in this corner though. Hit grab.
Oh, that's full
GG.
combo, yeah. Okay, Rush gonna finish it off right there, yeah. And I mean, hey, that combo was not previously possible without the Rush, so it's again another system mechanic really coming into play, changing the game.
Potaku definitely on the back foot so far, but you never know. Adaptation is still available to, you know, be able to shift, push Kunio into uncomfortable situations.
They were in control a lot of that round until Kunio found the EX. That's the main thing to be afraid of. You can't let them EX do those fireballs. Not even once.
I mean, that's why you guys brought it up, right? Just how important that is to this matchup. And oh wow, that slide was yeah. I thought that slide was punishable for sure.
I was like, oh, this is Trouble City, but Potaku know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Kunio even tried. I mean, you should always try anyway, right? Like because what's the harm in just missing a stand light? Like, it's not really gonna do anything that ruins your life. Unlike these butterflies, but you know, the overdrive comes out just to save.
Look how much space Kunio lost, though, just blocking those double butterflies.
Sick up arrows. Stop the float.
Yeah, and that's why you see the power of the double butterfly, right? That's what we saw earlier, Kunio just trying to fight back and make sure double butterfly didn't happen in that very first round.
Oh, this is so good for Potaku.
They could have had a guard break.
Yeah, just wasn't ready for it, but cancel into Heinrichten. Okay.
Oh,
they're using the rush. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is strike invulnerable the whole way through.
Good roll.
Yeah, I like that smooth through from Kunio.
Can't stay near those butterflies. That'll be a big problem. Lots of chip getting worked out here by Potaku and Eclipse. Whoa!
This is so good for Potaku, though. You have all the time in the world until the dive kick.
Oh, yeah, so actually attempted to do the full combo, but dropped the second input before the tail whip, so unfortunately was not able to get the whole thing, and that allowed for Potaku to, you know, just stand up and be like, well, okay, it's my turn now.
Yeah, Kunio earned that paycheck, but Potaku just was the one that deposited it to the bank.
Crazy clash war at the mid-screen. And Kunio's got the corner. Trade.
Ain't got no evidence. It's not my paycheck. That's all I'm saying.
Double roll through. Late tech.
Oh, wow. Great dodging. Yo, they're seriously dodging everything. It's looking like a Matrix out here.
Yeah.
Grab defeats the rush, and whoa, that was cool.
That is exceptionally rare to see someone being actually outside of the rushdown range. So if you are outside of the range, the attack does not end up coming out.
Rare footage indeed. EX Butterfly is going to be placed down. Kunio hemmed up
Overhead.
in the corner. Overhead connection.
Oh,
Got
to the butterfly.
But full conversion here. Okay, here we go. Butterfly set back up. This is the redemption on the mix-up. Oh, but the overdrive is going to save, and yeah.
Oh, Potaku still has Super Skybound on our meter, so yeah, just the tap going to close it out with the rush.
Yeah, pretty easy to convert off of that, and so Potaku is going to be taking that first game. That was see now we're seeing the dichotomy, right? We saw an incredibly fast match earlier because of the 6. Now we're seeing these two zoner mid-range type characters just chilling and really trying to pick and choose their spots as well as they can. And this one, I don't know, it's looking so close. We might be in for the long haul, honestly.
I would not be surprised to see this go down in the last round.
Man, I never really realized how much the Granblue, the new mechanics are like SF6 until today. But really thinking about it, there's a lot of similarities to Drive Rush, Drive Impact.
Yeah.
I feel like that means the SF6 ones are similar to the Granblue ones, right?
True. It could be both ways. It's interesting to point out the similarities in style.
Yeah, especially the way you convert off of them and things like that, yeah. Look at this range, though. The slide, that time got clipped, yep.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, if you're talking about Street Fighter and the similarities, that was the Bison slide, and it was real ill placed.
Yeah. That's been the Potaku's kind of his way of stopping Kunio from reacting to fireballs with the EX whip. Is kind of going for like those long-range slides and those tipper slides to keep them on their toes. That one wasn't a good one, but you got to earn them.
It was a good pun about keeping them on their toes, though.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, normally with Kunio, we saw in the previous rounds before this top 8 that the level of control that Kunio exuded in terms of just space control was so strong, right? But the thing is you can't really control Metora at that range because she's trying to be full screen anyway a lot of the time.
Oh, that time it converted into Butterfly for sure.
You can see all the extra damage the Butterfly afforded, right? Like, it's just insane. Oh, God. 2 butterfly combo? Yeah, I was going to say, you don't survive a 2 butterfly combo. It's not happening.
Nobody survives the 2 butterfly combo.
So, sounds like a fast food combo. Hey, let me get 2 number 6s.
A number 3.
Gotta follow the train. That's all I'm saying. But there's that EX again. Yeah.
Y'all making me think about butterfly shrimp right now.
I'm glad you caught what I was alluding to.
I'm ready. Oh my
I do like that from Kunio, using the jump light to stop the whip like jump, because if you went a little bit too far, Metora's got great anti-airs for that, right, and would have been put into a really bad situation really quickly, and so just cut the whip jump short.
Oh, caught the up back with the meaty light. Kunio working really well, got the low as well off of the GG wall bounce.
Oh, it's Kunio time. GG, let's go.
Put him in
you
the River
must
City.
guess.
Ooh, nice guess, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can only guess for so long. Try to use Zephyr to be able to get out. That's Metora's unique action, right? And it allows her to be able to do those little trick jumps. But the problem is I mean, the standing medium was already there. There's just too much frame advantage to be able to Zephyr out safely.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Ebonic, here we are, game 3.
It just seemed like it was going to go so close. Like, because, I mean, we were already there. But, and they, you know, they definitely made it true.
I just like seeing the sweat. They're countering each other.
They definitely be sweating. It is looking hot in there. You know, maybe we need some central air over there.
These are sweaty matches. That's what that is.
That's true. Both of these players have been doing really well to avoid just staying out of the other players' win conditions. But it's all about that
I thought you were about to say they're avoiding the stank.
They definitely got to avoid the stank. You know, make sure, please make sure, you know, if you're at a tournament, you shower before you show up and you use deodorant. Please and thank you.
Greatly appreciate it.
All I know is that this is serious, okay?
Oh,
pardon
far
me.
medium.
But here's my rush. Potaku, good positioning here. Nice dodge.
This is opportunity
that
for
EX.
Potaku. Yeah, this is big time. Wow, that cooldown's...
Oh, the anti-air.
Yeah, that's air unblockable too. So yeah, that's one of the nice parts about it. Is the first hit of that move is air unblockable, right? So like if you can block the other hits that come afterwards, but you're usually setting yourself up for another air unblockable situation anyway if you do get put in that situation.
Set
Oh,
point
the
for
forced
Potaku.
clash. That was like a melty clash.
Yeah,
don't do that in Granblue. That's crazy.
The crazy part about clashes in this game is each clash builds 15 meter.
It's true.
So like you just get buffed afterwards.
It's almost like a wager, right? Like who's going to get hit by it, and then I'm going to cash out immediately if I have 50.
Yeah, well that's the thing is like especially after season 2 is like now you can clash, get 50, and then rush, and your opponent's like, oh well, do I commit or like am I with air unblockable?
Man.
Potaku.
Wow,
what an
Potaku is
anti-air.
a nut right now.
Yeah.
Overdrive. Breaks through.
This is going to be helpful too because Kunio won't lose life now blocking these arrows. Be able to walk and block their way in.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but he will lose some of that overdrive if he gets hit raw.
Walking and blocking probably not so much the name of the game as he getting anti-air now. Yeah, so he tried to jump again. He's looking for the jumping dive kick, but I don't know. Potaku.
Oh, there it is.
Wait a minute.
Oh, but the
Overdrive back.
drop. Yeah, unfortunate. Maybe it's just a bit too high. Not enough hit stun for it.
Might be checkmate.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
He's got just one chance. Early break.
If you had one shot.
Last chance
This is
for the
for real
dance.
the last chance. GG
Oh, got the overhead.
Wait a minute.
Oh, but it was out of the corner. And okay, so Kunio wanted the tail whip to be able to get the wall bounce, but because it was out of the corner, got the wrong version of the move as it was a cross up. Oh, the slow fireball to catch the dodge. Very smart from Potaku. Had to recognize that, you know, you're in chip territory, right? You can't block any of these fireballs. And so you're going to try to do this on reaction, but if I mess up the timing, your reactions are moot now.
My guy is glistening.
That's just the shine of victory, Maverick.
It isn't gold. It isn't gold. So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It's when you believe hard enough, you just start to, you know, radiate victory around you.
Hey, believe in victory. It's the tagline, baby.
It's true. That was a good match, though. I really like the adaptation there, but hats off to Potaku.
That roll the arrows.
Yeah.
Bro, the anti-air, like, up arrows were on point reaction-wise in that third game. Like every time there was an attempt at super jump dive kick, it was just said, no, get out of here with that. This is my house. The Kembe Patumbo say no. No.
Smacking it away.
He made a lot of the defensive tools of Ferry not a factor. There was not a lot of opportunity to land EX whip from full screen. There was not a lot of opportunity to use uppercut to escape scenarios because most of the stuff was like safer pressure, safe jumps, that type of thing. And yeah, really played expertly around what Ferry could do on defense.
Yeah, I really feel like Potaku was able to really capitalize on that. But here we have the bracket here.
Yes, we're aware. I'm glad they fixed it.
Yeah,
so
okay,
they fixed on the bracket. Gamera was the one that defeated Framework. If you guys remember, we mentioned that the names were flipped or whatever. So they fixed on the bracket.
We thought it was Framework that was playing. Zoe.
Oh, so for Framework was the.
It looks like Framework was Djeeta.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Might be.
Yeah. I was looking forward to the Djeeta as well. Like that's what
Gamera won Evo with Djeeta.
Yeah.
Right. You know what should have tipped me off? It was the wrong color. That was not Gamera's Djeeta color. That's what should have tipped me off.
That is true. Also, not to take anything away from Framework, but the fishing in neutral with the heavy button should have also been in the mediums. Should have also been a tip off. But you know, so we do have the bracket up there. We're going to be moving into further into the top 8 bracket. We got
top 5 now.
Yeah, top 5. Yeah.
All right, so losers quarterfinals most likely the scenario that we'll see first. Everybody, you guys know how this works, all right? Double elimination style. So all these losers guys got to work their way into it and see who's going to end up facing off at the end. We see a lot of so what's the characters we got? We got Metora, we got Djeeta, we got Zoe.
Yep.
And then
Still got a Percival.
We got Percival,
Yes,
Tororo, and then we also have either Six or Avatar Belial, which we're going to actually see all three of those characters right now because...
Yo.
Yeah, this is about to be a real hot and heavy match right now.
Yeah, hot is definitely the word for it, for sure.
You know, Percival puns.
Yeah, yeah. Tororo versus Rin. This is going to be a really interesting one. I still think you go with the 6 here.
Versus Percival?
In zone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how you play an Akuma type character versus
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Like you just die. Like but, you know, I got to be real with you. Avatar Belial is not like the super popular character.
So the knowledge might come, yeah. That's true.
It just really depends. Although, you know, Tororo and Ren being from the same country, there could be a lot of study there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like hovering over 6 at this point, so... Yeah, I mean, it does seem pretty obvious. Like, I think you were totally correct on your assessment that just 6 is just the pick.
Losers quarterfinals, 第1試合 Tororo versus Ren.
Man, you're sitting in the loser side. You're still in the best of 3 territory. You know that you gotta, you know, get off on the best foot possible against a strong player. No matter what seat you're sitting in right now, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, being a losers bracket, man, that's always the scary part, and that's how you know like somebody's composure is just unshakable. Is if they can play 100% when they're on the verge of loss, right?
Yeah.
Word. So this is a fun matchup, Percival versus 6. Of course, as we already know, 6 has excellent tools against longer range style neutral. But one thing I think that really helps Percival in this matchup is that he has a command grab, which is not a thing that 6 is used to dealing with on defense too often. So Percival has kind of a special angle of attack here that he could utilize.
Especially thinking about parry, right? Like a lot of 6 wake up parry, but that command grab's going to blow it up every time.
Against command grab, it won't work.
Yeah, the one thing, though, I do think Tororo is going to have to watch out for is trying to use Trauma Rai at neutral. You cannot do that when 6 has wall dive up, and Trauma Rai is the move where that gives Percival his stacks.
Yes.
If 6 has wall dive up, you're done. You have made a mistake.
Oh, double throw to start off the round. Ren.
Triple, yeah.
Left side.
Yeah, I mean, you saw from Ren's previous match that he's not afraid to do the same thing 3 times in a row. Absolutely not.
Nice DP.
Okay, yeah, so that forward jump right there was an attempt to catch a real wall dive, but Ren held the button down and just faked the wall dive, basically. So, was able to stay alive on that one. Wanted to get the whiff punish, but no dice.
Oh, it hit so late. That was cheap. Chop.
Yeah, this is not going to kill, but this is a check situation now.
He might not want to spend that. He actually gave him the Skybound Dart.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. You know, that could come back to haunt, but he's got so much life that I don't know if it's I don't know if it's that big a deal.
No chance to use the overdrive or anything.
Yeah. Nice control from Ren.
Yeah, attempted to get a Trauma Rai stack, and that basically put him in a bad position, right?
Ooh, wow!
It does
the multi-hit attack, to be fair.
Yeah, air fireball is a ridiculous move. When you think about it, like in the context of like what goes on in this video game, and just how strong it is, like meta-wise.
Oh, okay.
2-piece.
Yeah.
Because it was counter hit. It did so much.
A spicy 2-piece too.
Yeah, well, it also clean hit, right? So you got the full anime, the close up.
Oh, counter.
Now Tororo's keeping that in mind, right? Like, okay, that was one, you know, wake up parry when I had momentum.
Oh, you whip punish the overhead? I'm sorry, that's not something you see every day.
Tried to steal a turn back whip throw. Rush.
And then the EX Lord strike, yup.
Yet another scenario where it's like rush. Without rush, that would not have been possible there.
Nope, it would have just been another knockdown situation, and Tororo would have had to start making something happen, you know? And then, you know, hey, that could have been another EX parry situation, right?
Definitely could have been. I like that shoulder from Tororo.
That's a nice shoulder. I like that shoulder.
He said it like he was Fengway attacking us with a nice shoulder.
What's that joint? Iron Mountain, is it called?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the poor one.
Okay, yeah, combo limit was getting ready to come up on that one, not trying to do too much more. Also allows for recycling the cooldowns, right? But there's the overdrive to get ran away from Tororo. Plus frames here.
Yeah, I'm out of there.
Let me out.
I do not want RPS, no.
The crazy part about it is that move is only like +1 too, so it's like, oh no.
The extra is not going to work out.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Dragon Punch not working out is going to put Ren up in the first game, and that was real close. I mean, the third round was maybe a little out of hand for Tororo, but definitely started out real nice.
He's like, man, I need to not uppercut.
I need to.
That's the look he gave his stick just now. I need to not press uppercut.
But it's so good though, especially the EX one.
Man, I remember when the nerf happened, the EX uppercut, and everyone was like, "Oh, you can't use it through fireballs no more." And then we saw Tororo use it through fireballs.
Yep. All right, Ren, gonna have to invest in the other side of the screen, real estate.
Yeah, and you saw one of those like common fighting game knowledge checks, right? A lot of people like to block after their negative on block thing, fails, and so Tororo tried to go for the throw, but Ren, the advanced play there was actually just to get away from there rather than block.
Ooh, I don't want the media lights.
Didn't get the conversion, but we got a small counter hit.
And corner pressure.
Tororo. Ooh, good stuff.
Matrix.
Just don't be there.
Yeah.
Don't
Seeing
be
the
there.
head.
I can see the frames. Yeah, and you're definitely right about movement. You notice the run forward immediate block from both players in all these different situations.
Oh,
Stop
he
trying to
waited.
counter.
Like I
seen
said,
enough.
yeah, I saw it too many times.
Definitely cannot let a 6-player get away with 6 parries in a row. And I mean, it wasn't even the command grab either. Like, it was just straight up, I'm gonna just chill.
Just run up, down, back. The old faithful.
Got the EX Traumarai stacks, but because it is EX Traumarai, that makes it so that there's a little bit more recovery, and Ren smelled that immediately and just took offensive pressure, despite the fact that he was the one that was knocked down.
I like that. Nice
We're
punish.
in there.
Plus
Using
one.
the unique.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus one.
I love the stance he does during these
Oh, yeah,
the
little-
hand waves first.
He's a true martial artist.
Delayed spacing, Tororo getting
Conversion.
tapped up.
Nice.
Yeah, just a bit too far away for full animation though, no matter what.
Late break on the throw. Wake up, and I'm just press it again.
There's a good thing it's back throw too, because now Tororo has him in the corner.
Oh,
got the
Djeeta.
anti-air. Wait,
He
Max
smoked.
conversion.
Wait.
He got it.
Yeah.
He
Put him on
dead,
the grill.
right?
Put him on the grill.
He's definitely dead.
He dead.
Anime.
he dead, right?
Yo, you see the body?
God,
spin?
he's so cool. Oh, look at him. Hold on, watch this. Hold on. No, wait for this. Oh, no, no.
You got
so
too excited.
sad.
You
I
wanted
get to
it
see him
too
drinking the
much.
green tea.
I'm so sad.
You wanted it too much.
I knocked my water bottle over for that. He's so cool. Well, okay, yeah. So Tororo's going to get back on the board, so we are one apiece now.
That was great.
That was clean conversion from
victory.
Tororo.
Oh, the heavy early.
What? That is a way to sub
Swank
Rekka for sure, yeah. That tells you, get that out of my house.
Cross body with the sword. Just.
Leaves a mark on you.
It definitely makes you think twice. That's all I know. Okay, but there's the parry on wake
That's how
up.
scared he is of that now. He's like, don't get me with the sword.
Not the swords. Gonna go for the reset here. Tororo hemmed up in the corner at the moment.
Yeah, that's a perfect time for Tororo to be able to fight back, right? Because there was 0 cooldowns available from Ren.
Oh, wow.
Punish.
The rush?
Finish it off.
Smoked.
Yup. It's the benefit of having at least 50 meter.
Always pays to have money.
Oh, yeah.
There's some Percival lover right now in the stream chat that's losing their mind.
Oh,
They're like,
they're
oh my
going
god, I
nuts.
can't believe this. This Percival's so sick.
It's me.
If I was just typing on the back.
Late break, but the jump back gets him out of there.
This is last chance for Ren.
Oh, the timing. The
Boy.
jump unique.
Oh, no.
You know, that jump unique doesn't come up very often for Percival, because, you're normally not seeing a lot of...
He is chopping him open.
Yo.
Are you serious?
The barbecue on the reset?
He had overdrive just to survive.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the air
Throw.
throw.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. Could change everything now.
Okay, plus frames here. Yeah, he was really worried about that Dragon Punch, so he decided to block, and there it is, the
Got his
low
legs.
off
Good
the
job.
EX Lord Strike, and Tororo is going to be putting Ren to bed.
Bye, Ren.
See you later.
You got the big one, but not this big one.
Yeah.
Not the two-time champ.
Not the two-time.
He's the two-time champ.
Dang.
He's got
That
2
was epic.
belts.
He said he's got 2 belts.
Got
Is that CEO? Is
CEO.
that talking about he got the 2 belts?
Yeah,
back
he
to
got
back.
2 belts, yeah.
Got the two
Back
belts.
to back
The
champ.
belts.
But
well, not this one though.
No, don't. But you know what? As you funnel it down, that's what that's the nature of the bracket, right? Even the best of them will fall. So Tororo moving on, still have a chance to see our my dream grand finals of Tororo versus Gamera. So
it's possible.
Yeah,
it is absolutely still possible. Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be the second time we get to see it, but it would be a run back, right? And obviously Tororo wanting to take the tournament, but I feel like a morale boost to beating Gamera would also be very helpful going into the later half of the bracket. Yeah, I mean, he's got to get there first. Yeah, he's still got to run through
losers. Got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a lot of work because Potaku's playing mad good. So, it's not going to be just free, I'm in there. I'm going to be able to do whatever I need to do. So, I'm excited to see Tororo move forward. But got a little bit more of the bracket left to go through.
Yeah, I'm also excited. I'm glad that you guys have been so happy. Once again, everybody, Evo Japan 2023 edition. Thanks to everybody at home that's been tuning in and checking it out. We are deep into the top 5. Granblue Fantasy Versus, where we've seen some excellent matchups so far. We'll see, winding down to see what's going to be the conclusion, who's going to be the overall winner, and also getting a little bit of piece of the JP meta that we only usually see in bits and pieces. This time we're getting kind of the whole snapshot of what's going on, and even seeing the killers like Ren go down just now.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see. Also, really good character diversity in this top 8. I really like to see the different styles of gameplay that's going on. We just saw the Percival in the 6. We had a Ferry versus Metora earlier on as well. Gamera breaking out the Zoe, against the Djeeta. So if you like any type of fighting game playstyle, it's pretty much been here in this top 8 for you.
The mid-range styles are the ones that are heavily represented, by the way, with, like you said, the Zoes, the Metoras of this world, and the Percivals that like to play that long-range game. But that's part of the fun and the enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, mid-range has always been the very strong part of Granblue Fantasy Versus, just in general, right? Like, that has always been one of the character archetypes that have done very well. Like, even in vanilla, you saw Katalina, very strong mid-range character, right? And throughout, you can just see that that it is a footsie game through and through. It's not what, like, everybody always uses the term anime Street Fighter, and that term has never truly existed in any game. But it's definitely a very footsie heavy game when you get down to the absolute nitty-gritty, right? Like, there's definitely going to be some characters that try to take that away from you, try to make it so that they never have to play your footsie game. But it just goes to show that's how strong it is when they can shut those types of characters down.
I can appreciate that this game has rules. Having played a lot of anime games that don't really have rules and just kind of let you do whatever you want. This game has something clearly defined that says, okay, while you're dashing, you got to be careful, and while you're jumping, you got to be careful, and while you're doing all these things, just remember you're taking a risk. Then watch out, because
I really like that about Granblue, because I feel like it's a really good entry point into this type of game, where you can explain and sit down to somebody most of the rules, like, hey, these are the risk points that you're taking to do X, Y, and Z. And it's very clear and defined. And I think that's one of the reasons why, especially when the game dropped, so many people flocked to it. Because it was like, okay, yes, it's an anime game, but here's the rule set that I'm working with, and here's the characters that can either play with it or play against it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of how that was the design philosophy for this game, was actually to make it a strong entry point for a lot of people in terms of anime games. And you can see it within the game system mechanics in general, with the cooldown system and also the easy input system, right? If you do not have the ability to execute more difficult inputs, you don't have to. You can use the easy input system, and you can still get the special move. Obviously, there's a cooldown penalty where there's a longer cooldown for you to do it, or there's less damage, or not full animation on certain things. But you eventually work up to that, right? Yep. It's very good at teaching you these things and trying to give you incentive to do a proper input. So you can have issues with execution to start. It's totally fine. That's how everybody starts out anyway. I took forever to do Dragon Punch input, good lord, when I first started.
Yes.
But, you eventually get incentivized and rewarded with this game. And so that was the design philosophy like you're talking about. Just super strong entry point. And I can't imagine it won't be even better to enter when it comes to Rising, when that comes out.
Speaking of rewards, this is the big prize here, winners finals, right?
Yep.
So
we seen this exact matchup not long ago, and it was strong from the Metora side.
So yeah, Potaku versus Framework.
Losers quarters.
Yeah. Potaku versus Framework. You were talking about how Potaku's been playing exceptionally well so far. And I mean, obviously I agree. I would be remiss to disagree, honestly.
Sure, it's been very strong. He's been doing some stuff that I don't see even using the 5M as kind of a forced clash on jump-ins, that type of thing. That's a very risky technique, but it has a good payoff if you do it right.
Yeah, so the thing is it's that's actually one of Metera's close anti-air buttons, right? Because it's actually truly air unblockable, unlike the arrows. The arrows are not actually air unblockable. Surprisingly enough, despite the fact that they're normal. They're the only ones that don't follow the rules of a grounded normal being air unblockable.
And I feel like 5M has a good vertical art too.
Yeah, that is the whole purpose of the move. And that's been one of the things that Metera players have been trying to use as much. Yeah, see, you can see it right there.
Excellent
That's
usage.
just...
Again.
And I mean, that's why Potaku's just been looking so strong. And that move
The
right there...
overhead.
So that move in particular, it is actually a low, which there's not. She's the only one with a standing low in the game that I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Maybe the Ferry stand light, that dumb little button, that might be a low. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a mid, but
Okay.
the point I'm trying to make is that that move right there is exceptional at checking runs. Because, like you were mentioning earlier, Spooky, the game does have rules, and one of the rules is that your run has recovery. You cannot immediately block after running.
It's also good for stopping rolls, because rolls they're not full invulnerable. They're only invulnerable to like mids and highs, basically. So you can get them with a little load every time to roll.
It's pretty disjointed as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's just all great points for the move, really.
Gonna have to find a really great escape point. Is Potaku stuck in the corner? Nice.
There it is.
That's one way to do it. The sniper.
Yeah, still getting away from the Granblue zone. You know, that's one of the hardest points for people trying to play these games is trying to get out of that particular position.
Excellent
And I
show
mean,
you.
Potaku just showed a great way to do it.
With the light check, stop the approach again.
Ooh, yeah,
Like it, locked in.
anti-airs
Every
on
time.
point.
Every time. And then always ready with the rush to make sure to get some damage, even when it's not a counter hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for Metera specifically, she's rarely going to use the Skybound or Super Skybound art in most situations anyway. Like, it has got to be an absolute kill for you to want to use the meter for that anyway. So the rush and the backshift are just so much better. Especially considering she needs the system mechanics to get away from stuff like this.
Yep. Counter hit 5M into full conversion. Has SBA ready to go.
Oh, caught him looking.
Death.
And then the throw is the punish too. Could have done anything. Could have said a standing medium.
Yeah.
Nope. Just like hey,
I'll take it now.
This is what you missed.
Looking for this?
You thought.
Charge Fireball does so much work for Djeeta in this matchup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Charge Fireball is just exceptional in a lot of things, right? Because you can just get around anybody's fireballs, but you can also run behind it.
Yeah.
Jump unique.
Turn it into a KOF situation.
Ooh, let's go framework.
Ooh. You know what's funny too is that's
Sure,
normally
you
a setup
deny.
to faking somebody into throw attacking, and it just happened to guess correctly that time.
Oh my god.
Delete.
Look at the damage.
What did we say about double butterfly combos earlier? I feel like we were talking about this. Oh, and then the guard. I love the use of overdrive right there to guarantee the extra chip damage. You see the overdrive.
It went the other way.
Yeah,
The
so that
3C
means
was
it
too
hit.
perfect.
Yeah, it hit on the backside. So that
Yeah.
means she Zephyr'd the other way before the cross up happened. Which I mean, I guess it's not gonna matter because still took the round. But
Good job, Potaku.
Yo, this is match point for Potaku, just like that.
yeah, this is crazy. And Framework was the one coming from winners too.
Yeah.
But hey, this goes to show you
is
that
ready to fight him some rushdown characters, all the Jeetas and all the Sixes and all that stuff. Potaku today prepared.
Another one.
I
eat
do
all
not
this.
think a single Dragon Punch has found
No,
its
I
mark.
was gonna say, that's 0 for 3. That's 0 for 3.
I'm pretty sure that
Look
that
at the
was
block string.
that has been a lot of damage that Potaku has gotten so far.
Yeah, and this is almost a checkmate scenario. You're that far away. You got to get in close.
Especially considering her normals are now chipping thanks to being in overdrive. Well, I mean, not anymore now that overdrive's back on deck.
I mean, you almost had to if you're a framework.
Oh, big
Conversion
damage
for the
here.
5M.
Look at that overdrive damage boost. Good lord.
There's a single touch.
Oh,
and
that's
yeah.
done. Yep.
Done.
Super
The
Skybound
Super
dart.
Skybound dart.
Staggered lights, and it's one of those things where it's like you're daring Potaku because you don't have any other reversals. So go ahead and super if you want to, but I'm gonna stagger all day.
Staggered lights is one of the strongest things that you can do in Granblue Fantasy versus is like a corner pressure tool because a lot of people start to freak out if they block one light.
Yeah. And it's the threat of that throw, right? Like the advantage you get just being able to stagger, wait, and then throw is like, okay, I don't want to take these throws all day, so I'm gonna try to press something, and then you get hit by another light, and you're like, yeah, I should have known.
Yeah.
Excellent punish. And using that rush to escape the corner.
The
Full butterfly convert. Oh my god, the unique to extend the conversion.
There's the butterfly setup again, yeah, and you're just kind of
Overhead
looking
this
at
time?
all of this pressure. But wow, opting to not use the butterfly because probably looking for the Dragon Punch, right?
Yeah.
We've seen Potaku looking for that Dragon Punch so often that it may be starting to come back to haunt a little bit.
Back shift, though. Yeah, and immediately, like, I don't need to be here.
That's the nice part about Metora's unique action. The Zephyr can just like, I'm just going to leave the corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gone.
This is a bad situation for me either way. Just going to try to wait out the overdrive.
That was a good empty jump to get in, but Framework needs a lot more.
Late tag.
Yeah, this is Trouble City.
Oh,
do
God.
not get touched. You can take all the throws in the world, but do not get touched.
Oh, and there was a great spot dodge on that one, but not going to be able to get the full thing.
Job done, though, for Potaku. Survived.
Yeah, Chip
for
was becoming a
4.
factor.
0-4. Good. Potaku has this scouted out. There's just no Dragon Punch coming unanswered.
Not much else Framework, like you said, Spookies. Chip was becoming a factor. Not much Framework could have done there, but Dragon Punch, so.
Good block.
It's all options that can really be punished on reaction, right? Because like if you try to dodge, that's a punish on reaction. If you try to roll, that's a punish on reaction.
Oh, there it
convert
is.
again off the counter.
Throwing them bows.
This is frightening now.
See, this looks like a Djeeta game now.
Yeah. This is the game I'm
Ooh,
saying.
the throw
but
missed.
Oh,
Wrong
too far away.
combo.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Whoops.
Just a bit too far away. And I mean, you know, honestly, if you're Potaku, you can't really let that get to you because like that run was basically lost anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like you just kind of just accept that loss and go to the next round.
You still got set point on the board, so.
When it counts. Oh, they tried to clash dodge. Unfortunately, it was a light, so Framework had lots of time to respond.
Yeah, Clash Dodge ends up being one of the more common answers in that situation because it's a lot safer, right? You're not committing super heavily to anything.
Yeah, but you know, clashes happen lightning fast. So sometimes if you're just committing to a dodge immediately like that, you're not necessarily telling which option you're dodging. You're just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah,
oh, no, absolutely. You're taking a guess.
It's certainly a guess, yeah. Framework trying to work their way back in.
Okay, yeah, that right there was a buffer in attempts to be able to hit confirm, but it ended up getting blocked.
Ooh, the entire charge fireball. Overdrive.
Okay.
Gets them out of there.
And
Free
for
block
those,
string.
for those of you who don't know,
nice
you
dash.
do have to dodge before the screen freeze of the overdrive. Like you can't just see it and then dodge.
Yeah, you can't do it on reaction. Yeah, you gotta anticipate it. But speaking of anticipation,
Potaku with the skybound dart for the finish.
yeah,
Another big win.
Yeah, so Potaku going to be moving on here, and again, that was loser's bracket. So
Potaku, good job, man.
yeah,
Well played.
Still glistening in victory.
Hey, it's been a sweaty tournament.
It
for
has
these
been.
guys.
It has been.
They've been playing some ridiculous Granblue tonight, though.
I mean, all three of us have done it. Have been on the have had to play a match on stage, and just like the glisten's gonna happen no matter what. Like
I'll
Man,
never forget.
almost everybody stayed. You serious? It's
Yeah.
mad late over there right now. Everybody's stuck around.
God, what time is it over there?
Shoot, I'm
What
not
time
sure,
is
but
it here?
it's starting to aim towards that. Oops, we better leave soon, or we're gonna get on the last train.
Yeah,
They're heading towards that angle.
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
great.
Maybe most of those people have cars. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'll never forget my first match on stage was at Combo Breaker, and this was 2016, I think. And everyone was telling me like, "Hey, it's a different experience, man." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. You know, I play in front of the homies all the time. I play in front of people all the time, but it's a different experience when you're sitting up there and you're like, yo, this is broadcast to everybody. You're, you know, at the setup, you're kind of isolated away from everybody else. So to be able to put it together like this consistently I always take my hats off to people who can do that.
Mental state is such a hard part of fighting games because it's not just the mental state of being on stage, but it's also the mental state of being on loser's bracket, or maybe the mental state of your opponent having their homies behind you, or the mental state of this and that. There's just so many different things that can go into that. You know, having just the fortitude to be able to get around a lot of that stuff is just, I mean, one of the reasons why these people are here in the top four.
Yeah, finding your zen, especially in a big moment. There's people yelling and screaming everywhere. You start feeling the ground rumbling beneath you, and you can't tell what's going on. You have headsets on. You go look, and people are yelling and jumping and cheering everywhere, and it's a fun place to be.
It is,
admittedly, but it's also you know, if you're trying to be the one that wins, you know, it's a stressful place to be.
Certainly, and the only one going to be able to win this one, as usual. We saw the top four up there. You know, we're willing it down for sure, but I really think that you know, I'm interested obviously to see winners finals, but Tororo is going to have to go up against Potaku over there in losers semis, so that's going to be an interesting.
That's going to be extra hype.
Yeah,
that is to stay in. If you want to win the whole thing, you got to win that one.
Yeah, and I mean, again, Granblue best of 3 until you get to one of those final spots in the bracket. So I know that is it's definitely an exhale point. You see a lot of players when they win either winner semis or loser semis that you could get a little bit of, okay, got some more time. It becomes a different game when it starts out as best of 5.
True. Well, speaking of best of 5, if we have the winners finals coming up next, which is usually the likely order that we see, it will be a best of 5 matchup, 3 out of 5, and a very big one. And this is the first opportunity that we have for that best of 5 style decision making and changing it up, maybe even a character switch if you feel that a particular matchup is going poorly, that type of thing. So this is going to be a spot where really you're going to have to dig deep and think about not just the decision of which character you're going to pick the first time, but which one you might want down the line, which mind games they may or may not be ready for. And also there could be a little bit of a pre-experience. There's a high likelihood that these two have played each other lots in the local community tournaments and events. Yeah. And so a little bit of that carries over as well into this set.
I always like to think about, going into best of 5. If you have multiple characters in your roster, when is the switch point, right? Do I go down 0-1 and I switch? Is it a 1-1 switch? When do I pull the trigger to switch over to a different character?
Battle start desu.
Yeah, so we are in Winners Finals just like you were talking about, Spooky. So this is going to be 3 out of 5. And we do know at the very least we could see one of 2 characters from gamera because we've seen that, not obviously just in the previous set where we saw Zoe, but we've also seen it in previous tournaments with gamera that the Zoe has come out to. That's basically been the go-to secondary character. But it is Djeeta now. The question is gamera using the fish as
that's
a weapon?
The big question, yeah.
Because that's the gamera staple, is using the fish.
That's how also we should have known.
Yeah, there was no fish weapon.
Yeah.
So, I'm just... Although it's default Djeeta.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe
the mix.
They might not have it. You got to unlock that thing, the fish.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking also the color, right? Because gamera does play a specific color, so it's like the black one. But I guess...
Not today.
I mean, I don't know about you, but if you've ever TO'd a tournament, I'm not trying to go through RPG mode on 60 different consoles.
Yo.
They need to give us a code or something. Put a code in and get the outfits. Come on, I need Lancelot to have his baseball bat.
Yeah.
Or Percival, sorry, I said Lance.
Yeah, well, yeah, I get it. You're trying to cheat by using the audio cues with the baseball bat. I get it.
I just think that weapon's fun.
I think it's so cool that the different weapons do have the sound effects.
Bro, the frying prank with Djeeta cracks me up. But it is actually cheating, though. Yeah, so this is the exact type of game plan that I would expect in terms of this matchup, because both of these characters, have explosive offensive momentum when they finally get it. So the mid range is again just going to come into play. It's going to come into play a lot when you watch high level Granblue. Maybe differing skill levels. You're going to see a lot more differing ranges, but we call it the Granblue zone for a reason.
Yeah. Certainly staying out of it is Mjima, fighting back to that mid-screen, pushing gamera all the way over to the other side. The patience game. I dare you to whiff a button.
Well, that's the problem, though, is both these characters get so much off of a whiff punish at these ranges. And so you just cannot whiff the improper button. You have to pick and choose your spots perfectly, or when the opponent just will not know that you're going to press that button. Mjima was doing a great job of it for a little bit, but now it's been pushed to the corner by gamera. Doesn't have EX Fireball, but has the other EXs for the whiff punishes. Yeah, that was an attempt at a whiff punish. Mjima felt like they were so on point, and that's why they pressed 5H. We had not seen Mjima specifically go for 5H as the whiff punish tool until that moment. That's how you know that Mjima felt like sure it was going to hit, and they just happened to be wrong.
Gamera with first blood. Mjima able to kind of push the advantage again to the side of the screen, but you see Gamera's just not flinching on defense.
No, gamera has one plan, and it's press 5M and convert to EX flashes over and over. It's an obvious plan, but it's working. It's up to Mjima to stop it.
Sometimes the most straightforward one is the best one.
He's literally going to press 5M over and over, and every time that it converts, he's going to do EX slashes. That's his entire game plan for 3 games.
I mean, you get so much off of it.
Oh, and there's the 2M right there. Almost going as far as the 5M. It's still a strong tool doing exactly that. Going to get good damage on this one. Try to recycle the cooldowns back. There they are.
And then just backing up, right? Right back into the 5M zone.
The Granblue zone.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. The Granblue zone.
zone.
I'm sorry.
No, that was excellent conversion, though. That's how you do it.
Granblue Zone is one of the funniest memes to me, so I will never stop talking about it.
But it's such an effective one because you're not risking anything in the corner. You know, you back away immediately. You don't have to worry about DP. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can go straight back into the whiff punish game.
Oh!
Excuse me.
I can react.
Reaction.
Yeah,
from gamera.
reaction.
Himana.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to show your opponent that they can't just toss a fireball willy-nilly, you know?
Yeah. You will respect the Granblue Zone.
He's the one throwing the fireballs. Gamera. Don't get 5M'd.
I do like the mix-up of doing a first hit of 5H into dodge, or just both hits of 5H, so your opponent might get frame trapped by it.
Oh, got hit by the
follow-up.
That's sneaky. You're using it off screen so your opponent thinks they can press buttons.
Yeah, that was really smart stuff. But gets clipped into the rush. EX for the hard knockdown.
Plus frames again, yeah, and just there's the Granblue Zone. We're back at it. But, I mean, no, Mjima is actually walking away, yeah, is actually pushing Gamera back. You know, one thing I've noticed in the exchange of this is that in regards to the footsies, Mjima has pushed Gamera backwards far more often than Gamera has done the opposite.
Yeah, it's just that Gamera's gotten the punish off of being pushed back more,
Yes.
right, than Mjima.
100% agree. Because, like, look, Mjima was in the corner, and now it's completely turned around. This is going to be a lot.
Rush into Asmodeus. SBA is available. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong meters.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to matter because the crouching light.
Now, that
with
sweep,
light and land.
it gained Mjima around, but that might be pivotal in the footsie game moving forward because that'll plant in Gamera's head, okay, I got to be even more specific in this spacing.
That was the first round that he didn't win by just pressing 5M at the right time. Hey, that matters. This is really important.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, well, another thing that matters is clearly the spacing on the fireballs because it's going to get Dragon Punched if you're too close. Full damage on this one. Building a lot of bar. That's just another, like, good trait of Djeeta is that the fact that she builds so much meter off her combos.
Early break. Oh! Almost got some fancy counter stuff there off the second hit of the C.
Yeah, I think that one was just a bit too far, most likely, because you can actually get the crouch light there, but... Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for that Dragon Punch.
Was looking for it.
And because it was the only cooldown available, too, so...
Oh, good dodge.
That had to have been the first time that Gamera has used standing unique. So I'm really surprised that Mjima was just ready to dodge there.
Oh,
bust down with the
side.
EX Asmodeus right into Skybound. Look at the damage on that. Because there's no scaling.
Oh my god. He evened it up.
Certainly did. Can take this game, too, if his corner pressure persists.
He's looking for an overdrive.
Oh, and got the counter hit
only.
confirm. Yeah, that's good damage. That should do it. Yeah, you're 100% right, Spooky. That was counter hit only combo.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, to get whatever that is, get more of that.
It looks like,
drinking.
I thought it was tea before. It looks like Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get a Yoo-hoo after this, bro.
That might be some strong Yoo-hoo, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, listen.
3 into the start.
And see, look at that. So that is one of the reasons why Rekka is touted to be like such a good combo 2 out of everything else in the entire game, not just like in Djeeta's toolkit, is because of how far it pushes into the corner.
We need this knockdown just in case. I can't let you play.
Definitely don't want
Can't let you
play
stand
in
on
the
your feet.
Another one.
Will they overdrive, though, is the question. Standing
They're gonna
dodge.
dodge.
Okay, yeah, the plus frame 2Ms. Really trying to push away, and here we are. We're back in that. I was gonna say we're back in that position where Mjima.
I almost did it too. I almost did it too.
Big Ikuza fan over
Yeah,
here.
same.
Mjima walks Gamera back into the other corner, but not the case. I think Gamera started to become privy to the fact that he was losing the walk back game, and was like, okay, I'm finally gonna run forward. Exactly. It's starting to come into game plan.
I don't want to give up the space, right? Because it's not paying off anymore. That was almost a big conversion there from Mjima.
Yeah, accidentally got the universal overhead on that one. Was probably going for an EX, I can only assume. Okay, good deal.
He'd definitely be yelling and screaming, hey, look at my spinny things.
You cheeky Visago user. That was command grab right there, if you didn't see it.
Nice throw. Picking away.
Oh, Oh, yeah, you see the spacing? That was just outside of far M range, but this is going to be full corner carry. I mean, can you build Skybound off this?
Yeah.
Good lord, Djeeta built so much bar, dude! Get the full Eternal Ascendancy.
Yes, sir.
Bam.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
no.
barely.
Okay. I'm so used to that move killing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very high hit count combo, too, so you got to remember that the damage killing in this game works by hit count. So, you know, the further and further you go into without actually hitting the combo limit is just going to mean you're doing barely any damage after a while, even your Super Skybound art. But, like, you're totally right. That Super Skybound art is almost always a guaranteed clincher finishing the job.
Oh, round start? Hitting the heaviest button on the board.
Mjima. An early corner to work with. And the Djeeta check shuts it down.
Yeah.
Style-wise, the situation's still favoring Gamera quite a bit. He's kind of evolved from his 5M tricks into, you know, faking out, going for some late sweeps, some throws, and just he's taking advantage of the fact that Mjima is kind of freezing up on that 5M range to really intrude on his space and stay close all that he wants.
Yeah, it was such a good game plan to start. Nice back shift though.
I have not really used the back shift at all in terms of defensive, so that was just, Gamera was not ready for it. And that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a fighting game is what almost everybody will be reminded of an option and then immediately want to use it because they just saw it.
It's like human psychology, I feel like. Like you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I can do this, and you want to do it right away.
It's super funny. But there's the rush to be able to get through. This is a hard knockdown plus good meter build as well. It's not as her EXDP doesn't build as much meter as Grand's does, but it still builds good meter.
Yeah, Mjima, though, does have 100% Skybound art, so a tap could close the door on this round.
Mjima is playing with his lead pretty safely, but
that's death.
Close. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wall.
Yeah, I mean, plus the rush, plus how far the Rekka moves. Gamera, set point right now, trying to make it to Grand Finals on winner's side, and hey, you know, our Evo champ is looking for, what, the 87 Pete?
Yeah,
at this point?
87.
Okay, he hasn't actually won that many big events, but, you know.
It feels like it.
In recent memory, though, he's been unstoppable. God, it's crazy to me that we're at such a level of this game that we're watching that Belial sweep is not even the end-all, be-all of, like, footsie tools anymore.
Yeah, it's not, but that didn't get everything off of it.
Late break gave him a free mix-up, and Mjima in imparting with a down M.
Yeah, mess around, find out.
Convert to the Asmodeus and get some nice damage.
Yeah, next hit is check because of the Skybound art being on deck.
Yeah, Gamera does have the meter to make something happen defensively, but gets hit with the heavy instead. Yeah.
God, didn't even need the Skybound art. Okay, Mjima, much needed round win to be able to stay into this. It needs another one.
Trying to send us into game 5.
I think traps.
Yeah.
I think this is exactly when Gamera is going to be the most offensive we've seen him, most likely.
I mean, it's starting off that way for sure. We'll see what its wake-up situation looks like.
Because your opponent is going to be like so desperate that they're going to try to win the round, right? So you got to kind of like feel that out. EX Fireball is used now. That no longer is that a guard string issue.
Oh,
wow! Was ready
Big
for
shutdown. Better on the uppercut. Mjima gets to play on. Got a small convert too with the fireball.
Corner pressure, chase down.
Unfortunately, the pinwheel's down. That killed a lot of their corner pressure.
Oh
my
I don't think that up fireball was intentional at all. I think that may have been an accident.
Not out of it
Ooh,
yet,
the check.
Has meter as well. Staggering the crouching M's.
Yeah, honestly, one hit could legitimately do it depending on the hit. Just because, like, if it's like a 5H straight into Super Skybound art. Yeah, you see it, just fishing for it too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Throw
nice jump
deny.
back.
Oh, soy.
Keeping those block strings as airtight as possible.
Also getting that chip damage in.
Yeah, and you're gonna notice that Mjima is almost never running because of that far M. You know, like Spooky mentioned it like emphatically. This is just the game plan, right? Got the hit, but it was second hit, and yeah, once it's second hit, you can no longer cancel.
Not like it used to be.
Oh, straight into overdrive. Okay.
This is chip. Time is a factor too.
Oh,
EX uppercut gets them out. Gamera.
I think this might be.
Oh! It tried to EXDP, I think.
No way. And the chip, now the time is in
Mjima's
favor.
just blocking. Yeah,
Wow.
Mjima taking advantage of a failed anti-air from Gamera. Gamera tried to call out the Give Daddy Some Sugar, the parry. and it ended up getting counter hit, and that was the loss of life required for Mjima to finish that round.
That was like one of the only routes that could have ended with Mjima winning in that situation.
Yeah, it seems super risky for Gamera to even try to stop it. Like, you're with the life lead, right? You can just block, you'd be okay.
Well, here we are, Game 5 of Winners Final.
He was thinking solidify the kill. That's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
If I uppercut this right now, it's over.
You know, the other factor I didn't think about on that is that Mjima was in overdrive. The follow-up to Give Daddy Some Sugar was actually going to do a lot of chip, now that I think about it. Ooh, got the counter hit, full conversion, big damage, but mostly the good knockdown.
Meaty pinwheel pressure into the throw, yeah.
I like doing nothing on the knockdowns now, because, like, you know, before we saw, oh, yeah, it's going to be pinwheel, it's going to be safe jumper, it's going to be some sort of frame kill, right? But if you do nothing on the knockdown, now Gamera doesn't know. Ooh, yeah, I was ready for it that time.
Yeah.
Oh, with
With punish the Belial sweep?
What a
Are you a lord?
He does have the scap on dart. Opted to go for EX upper.
Save the touch. Can get a rush in for...
Ooh. Rare footage of Gamera not reacting to a counter hit?
Yeah.
Nerves
Counter
are...
again, it worked out.
Nerves are
He's got
actually...
big
No way.
If he
no
makes
way.
uppercut...
No way Mjima gets this round, right?
Look, you're saying it, but I don't think you should say it. Stuffing the rush right there with the farm medium. You gotta stop jinxing it.
I'm just gonna.
It's an extra jinx if Mjima wins now. Gamera had the lead.
Yeah.
He had the potential to end it 3-1.
Sweep.
Sweep into Asmodeus.
You gotta smell blood in the water now. You're gonna go ham. Yeah, God, I cannot commend the spacing of enough of these two players. Like, it's just crazy.
Super good.
He didn't get the EX slashes that time.
No anti-air. That may have been the perfect time for one, but Mjima not ready, and that's allowing Gamera to take the corner now.
Uppercut did not work
Big
out.
damage.
He went for the easy punish. He could actually punish better by doing the stand C at the first part.
Yeah, when you're still in the air, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, hey, you get the meter, and you're basically like, oh, that's a dodge! Yeah! Finishing it off right there.
Round.
Final game, final round.
Yo, this is good stuff right now.
God, I'm having heart palpitations, bro. This is so tense.
This is absolutely.
This
This is amazing.
The EXDP? It's my turn? I need it now.
Yeah. Call J. Oh, sorry.
Ooh, that's what you say extra late. No,
Big
you
punish.
tried to bet it while they were minus.
Yeah, nice punish. That's going to still wall bounce. And again, you just can never get away from the corner when it's Djeeta.
Double SPA scenario.
Gamera just looking for that one whiff punish into another EX because it's just not back. Yeah, there it is. It's a grip.
It's a whole
But will it
grip.
finish?
Deli Ray.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was so
One
close.
chance.
He's got Mjima has such an uphill battle at this point. It's just gonna be so hard.
He might have to overdrive just to not
just to
get with a
survive.
block string.
The problem is you can't overdrive from full screen because the fireball will punish it. So you really have
Fireball's
to watch
down.
out. Okay, yeah, but that's why Gamera's running forward. He knows that. But
5M.
there it is. Oh yeah. There's just so many bad opportunities once that life total was so low for Mjima. Gamera very smartly not trying to use the fireball until he knows that he's at a range that he can then run up if the fireball is on cooldown. And yeah, with no overdrive available, the chip out was guaranteed, so then Mjima tried some offensive tricks, and it was already ready by Gamera to make it to Grand Finals on winner's side.
So he's guaranteed top 2 now no matter what happens. And it's going to be up to all these crazy killers in the loser side to determine who's going to go up against them.
Loser side looking mad tough. Tororo, Potaku, and now Mjima down there. That is not an easy road at all.
Yeah, so the first one that we're going to see is going to be the Tororo versus Potaku, I believe.
Yeah. That one's Percival versus the Metora. And
yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one to see. I mean, you spoke about the rules of this game, but Metora kind of breaks all of them, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if Tororo can enforce them.
Yeah, I wonder about Percival and how he feels about that particular matchup. It used to be more popular, so I would see it all the time. Lately, I don't see it as much. So I'm not really sure if it's the type of thing where Percival it feels like forced to play close, or if he's allowed to like play the mid screen or something like that.
You know, it is super weird that that the matchup is not seen a lot, because Percival is obviously an exceptionally strong character in this version of the game. But ever since we've gotten away from the base roster, there's been more DLC characters. People have been finding their identity with other characters. So that's kind of why you don't really see it so often anymore. But in particular, it's so weird to me that Metora is far more popular than Percival when, like, you pick Percival and you can just feel the power.
Starts exuding from the controller.
He's got big buttons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, it should be interesting to see the style that he'll choose to play. For Metora, I don't think that she changes up too much compared to what she normally does. You got a big, tall character that his only main counter is slower buttons and fireball. Seems like something that she's up to the task of fighting against.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you want to look out for if you're playing Metora, though, versus Percival in particular, is to use the or the standing arrow special sparingly, because I do believe Percival fireball goes under it, meaning, you know, you're just gonna have to deal with Percival running at you with his fireball like directly in your face, right? Plus, the fireballs are slow enough that if you're in a full skirt situation versus Percival, he's probably going to take that time to get Traumarized stacked so that he can make that fireball situation happen, or so that he can make the EXDP go through your fireball and whatnot, right? So it's it can be kind of scary if you just allow him to get those.
That's going to be interesting to see, because we saw a lot of Potaku's gameplay be, I'm chilling, right? I'm doing my thing over here, you do your thing over there, and then I'll jump in when I can set up the double butterfly pressure, then I'll start to get aggressive. But if I don't have that, I'm going to be hanging back. And so we saw a lot of backing off. Even when Potaku got corner situations, they would be like, you know what, I'm going to Zephyr backwards, chill, and then let my cooldowns reset to go in again. But as you said before, you might not be able to get that, you know, that chance or that opportunity. It may not work out for you against a Percival.
I mean, hey, luckily in the matchup, Percival's not exactly the fastest dude around, right? Like,
True.
he's definitely got some heavy armor on him, so he is a bit lacking for movement options outside of Lord Strike, right? So it's you can at the very least keep him out. It is possible, but your game plan is to make sure while you're keeping him out, you're not allowing him to get stacks.
Tororo versus Potaku. Battle start desu.
This is huge too, because, you know, you get to losers finals, you get to best of 5 situation, you got, you know, the ability to really, you know, shake the ground. Like, I mean, if we looked at the winners finals we saw, if that had been a best of 3, gamera would have just moved on. We would have never seen the game 5.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the game 5 can be kind of polarizing for certain players, right? Some people are like exceptional at a longer set, and others are like, I'm about to hit you with some stuff you've never seen before,
and I'm done. Good day to you.
But we are back in that territory, though, where that stuff could come up. So 2 out of 3 right now. First game here, Tororo versus Potaku.
Ooh, going for the low arrows quick.
Yeah, let him know you got him in the
Don't
deck.
come near me, buddy.
Yeah, I like that. You see the far out.
Oh! I said don't come near me, buddy.
I don't care how pretty that man is. Don't let him touch you.
Yeah. Gotta treat you right.
Oh, okay,
my
Tekken's pretty much every throw right now. And, you know, while it is delay tech, so you are getting kind of stuck with a little bit of extra damage, that's way better than the Oki situation, right?
Absolutely. Spent some EX arrows shooting out the shots.
Oh,
Didn't even get a
the
chance.
The active
And
frames.
using the rush to break through. Tried to get the down heavy extension in the corner for extra damage.
I like the side switch, though, from Potaku. We're going to hop in, overdrive for the pressure, and then
Extremely
fade away.
aggressive.
Start doing chip.
Well, the fadeaway was also to try and look out for the EXDP, I think. Or regular DP, excuse me. I think. Here's a present for you. Yeah, you'll notice that standing arrow is barely getting used.
Yeah.
It's been mostly the lows and the, yeah, see, it is duckable.
5H.
Look at the work that those arrows are putting in on chip, though.
That's the nature of OD now, yeah. So, like, you know, the special arrows aren't the only ones that chip anymore. Oh,
Yeah.
was that
They might be able to
X-Seal?
block. They might be able to block.
Oh, okay,
they
so
were
it looks like
committed.
Tororo was doing X-Seal the command grab, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
That's
either that or regular grab.
That is a great way to set the pace for Potaku, though. Doing everything they needed to do to just not get immediately melted down. But
You gotta be feeling good if you hit that SSB as a reversal, because that thing is pretty slow.
Well, on top of that, it adds a mental stack to Tororo, right? Tororo now has to wonder, like, if you have 100 meter, you're just gonna bust out, or
Yeah.
like, what's the deal?
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stagger again. Ooh, what a tech!
Oh, and then immediate 2M afterwards to just try and take it all back.
That's the difference between the early tech and the late tech. When you early break like that, you can steal their turn back.
I don't think Potaku has let a single far H go unpunished that has whipped. I think Potaku has taken as much damage as possible wherever he can find it. But there's the X seal.
Yeah. It does scale pretty heavily.
Yeah, but the resulting combo does allow you to get the Traumarized stacks, right? Now you're going to go into Super Skybound Art, hold the button down, hold it down as long as possible.
Anime.
Yeah, full cutscene.
One thing that's nice about him being able to use the command grab that way is that usually in these types of games, when they give you a command grab like that, they don't really let you use it in a block string the way that he can. You got to do like a tick, and then you got to command grab or something like that. But he can just be like, all right, 5M command grab, deal with this.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of it being so slow in startup, right? Is you're pretty much always out of blocks done by the time it's going to happen.
Yeah. He gets real mix-ups with it that way.
Slide through, trying to get.
Oh, that's counter hit. Yeah,
that's a conversion.
That's a free 5 stacks right now. Now you're just now you're in his zone.
He wants that delicious
Don't
counter
let me
hit.
into my zone.
Oh,
clash with the 5M didn't work.
Big pressure here.
I think he was looking for the back shift on that one because he just went for the 5H, but the rush is going to do the job on this one. Get those Traumarized stacks back, and any hit will convert into death due to those Traumarized.
I mean, it's hammering away at the guard. Potaku stuck.
Conversion again off the 5M.
Tororo, complete turnaround in just demeanor of how approaching the offensive situation, right? Like, Potaku could not make anything happen defensively that time. You know, there was no ability to super jump and then Zephyr out of the corner, nothing.
Nah, he was not letting up. I will not let you out.
I mean, it just goes to show the offensive structure of Tororo's guard strings is just super, super good, right? That Potaku not only couldn't find a way out, but probably didn't even feel comfortable trying to find a way out, right? Was like, had to be content with blocking, otherwise they were going to lose another 60% of their life.
I just noticed they have Evo gamer chairs. That's pretty cool. It's got like the logo on the back and everything.
Yo, can we get a merch link for that?
That's what I'm saying. Those look cool. I rock an Evo gamer chair. Tororo at advantage early in the corner here against Potaku.
Yeah, you see the staggers. All of this has been set up by that command grab too.
Yep.
That just rocked Potaku's world.
So far, the game plan is don't let them escape. Spin bar if necessary. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Stay close.
At any cost, do not let them out.
Anything to win.
Oh my God, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Chase down.
And a hard knockdown too. He's going to go for the plus frames off the meaty, but
What a mash.
Wow, Potaku recognizing that, hey, if you're not going to use these plus frames for actual, you know,
I'll
meaty,
take 'em.
yeah. Hey, your only plus is the move that you do afterwards, right?
That's true.
There's the low, and I mean, hey, look, we're at set point for Tororo now.
Yeah, working quickly. Big round start. Again, pushing Potaku back into that corner. Not giving him a chance to set up.
Ooh. A rare missed anti-air for Potaku. You guys remember the last set where those far M's were just destroying jumps?
Oh, excellent dodge. No block stun for you.
Swinging away at the fences. Double butterflies out. Finally some pressure here, but...
Special setup.
Was that intentional? I don't know about that one.
I think they tried to freestyle it into the second butterfly. Wasn't as clean as it could have been, but we'll take it.
EX knockdown. Tororo in the blue
Oh,
zone.
that didn't work.
Bro, the active frames were ridiculous right there.
It's only 2 hits into the SSBA. It's going to do a lot. She's almost dead.
Yeah, well, the first 2 hits completely unscaled, straight into SSBA.
And it's Metora. So, like,
yeah,
let's keep that in mind.
Oh, the mash!
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some butterflies on it.
Overdrive.
Oh, this might be checkmate.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was that? Oh, well, we're
Was that
never
a
going to
chip
find
setup?
out. We're never going to find out.
Interesting.
Yes, it was a chip setup. So
Interesting.
the thing is that I wasn't 100% sure if Tororo was in chip guts, though. So if he had the ability to survive that, it would have been really
true.
bad for Potaku because Lord Strike would have been an immediate punish. But I guess we'll never know because he did try to spot dodge.
There's the low. You see Tororo just upping the tempo like, okay, cool. You know what? I need to close the door right now.
Door definitely looking real hard to open. There's a couch in front of it and everything. Oh, from behind the back?
Are you serious? That was real?
The no look?
Holy crap.
Complete freestyle.
They're a nut. Potaku.
Oh, air blockable. Yup, that was
Eat
no
this.
escape. The double butterfly. Almost
Yo.
death off of that. Potaku on another level right now, rising above.
Potaku, like, I'm not waiting for Rising. I'm already in there.
Yep.
Oh, Lord Strike cut short right there. with the fireball and Potaku turning into a completely different being.
Yo, that's why Tororo was so anxious to close the door. He's like, this man's evolving. I need to stop it right now.
We gotta put the beast back in the cage. Somebody, security.
He looked over, Potaku was extra glistening. He's like, no, the victory is rising up from the skin.
Oh man, yo, that was sick.
That was sick.
That was a ridiculous conversion.
The no-look pass to himself.
He said, whoop, whoop. Yeah. He was doing hopscotch during the combo. He was going every which way.
God damn. Okay. Let me get my composure back real
combo
quick.
Video stuff. Oh my goodness. Power bunker. Eat this corner.
Yeah, the whip punish on it too. Got the clean hit and everything.
She's not scared of flames. You saw that?
You don't got to be scared to get burned.
Yeah, fire definitely don't discriminate. Okay, landed just in time for the rush to not actually connect. And yeah, gonna get the whip punish on the throw here.
Still stuck in the corner, but I mean, Potaku's made the miracle happen before.
The block string. The fireball and the convert. Using the rush to get as much damage as he can.
Yeah, no clean hit to finish it off, but I mean, you're in check situation. Even now, I feel like Potaku is still fighting real scary.
Overhead blocked. And
wow,
below,
great defense.
Yeah,
overdrive to keep the pressure.
You don't have to worry about chip damage now if you're Potaku, but you still got to worry about any stray Lord Strike into low, right? Because if you're walking back, you can't block. Yeah, see?
Yeah. You saw Potaku just chilling, knew that was the zone to get hit from late tech.
Oh my God!
I mean, you can tech him
He's
all
in
day.
chip territory now.
Oh, and didn't take the bait either.
Got the overdrive, so you can survive.
Overdrive, but
bro, this is a masterclass defense.
This is crazy.
Plus frames?
Oh!
He did it again, and it worked.
Okay.
Oh, my heart.
Okay.
My God.
I thought he got him.
I'm tired of getting tricked by this stuff. I legit thought he also started with a throw.
got him.
But
Yeah.
you were talking about that earlier, though, Spooky, that the start up of that super is just so slow.
I saw the
You can't
arm
give me
move and
hopes and
everything.
dreams and then take them away like that.
Yeah. That one hurt me. You messing with my emotions now.
Yeah. Trying to make it up for you right now.
Okay. I still believe. I'm sorry.
you always got to believe in victory. Okay, the overhead is getting blocked. I just don't understand it, bro.
It was empty low last time.
The level of defense that the players in top 4 is just too high.
It's next level.
It's just too high.
They're getting shook. I see the nerve.
He got shot. Double set point.
Hold on. This has turned
up.
completely around. You were talking about evolving. There's definitely been an evolution here.
What a
whip
punish. And then the slide in to get the double butterfly pressure.
Oh, that's full conversion. That's going to be full corner.
Combo.
That's going to be full corner. Yep. Oh, dropped
the
it.
extension.
And
Jump heavy.
I saw it start up, but it was too late.
Oh, yeah. Great back shift. Yeah. And then because Lord Strike
it's a combo.
Yeah. Full conversion here, thanks to the rush.
Tororo, let's go.
with me.
Now Lord Strike is back. Oh, X-Seal at the end when it counters straight into the EX. Tororo used it at the beginning, didn't use it again for a while, and then brought it right back.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. I mean, you go to that option, win with it, and then make it disappear. Make your opponent forget about it. Good layering of the mental stack from Tororo. But, yo, let me tell you about Potaku. I mean,
bro.
They had an epic run this tournament.
Just like incredible play, composure. As you were saying, Ebonic, the defensive level of this top 4 has been ridiculous. And Potaku, I mean, listen, if you want to see how Metora should be played, go ahead and check out Potaku because that was some impressive stuff.
Yeah, but good luck trying to do those double side switches.
Yeah. You don't have to
You ain't
Good luck with that part.
You ain't Potaku. I'm sorry. Yeah. There's only one who can do it.
That was pretty ridiculous. All
Damn.
Right. Shoot. All right. Well, just disappointed to see Potaku leave at this juncture, but that's how it is in tournament. They're going to get an excellent 4th place finish. And very shortly, we're going to be coming up with the losers final. Only 3 players remain. You got Gamera waiting for the winner of Mjima and Tororo.
Listen, we're almost there. We're almost.
So this hold on.
Give me what I want.
Well, hold on. This is already a run back though.
That's true.
Mjima, it was the one who put Tororo in losers.
True.
So I mean, if Tororo wants to win this tournament, he has to beat 2 of the current bracket demons for himself, right? Which would be a great story. Don't get me wrong, but you're definitely fighting up a hill.
But I feel like this is the Toro that survived. He's conquered the flames. You know what I'm saying? He went through Rin. He went through Potaku.
Risen Tororo.
Yeah, this is EX Tororo.
I feel like as a Granblue lover, this must have been amazing to watch all the way through. We saw some great matchups, some great strategizing, some sweat. people getting sweaty, you
Glistening,
know, and
glistening.
getting crazy. So it's very exciting, and stick around because the conclusion is still to come.
Yeah, this has been a great top 8. I mean, obviously we got these last 2 matches to go through, but you know, if you really want, if people are like, you know, what's Granblue all about, just sit them down and have them watch this top 8, and you'll really get to understand like what the game is and what it looks like at its highest level, and it's most enjoyable to watch.
I mean, we've got at least 2 more sets, could be 3, who knows?
Could be
of it too. So I mean, we're definitely going to be seeing all the stops pulled out because it's no hold bars anymore.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is Texas Deathmatch status.
No more saving
bring
it
it
for
out.
Nationals. This is Nationals. Nationals is now.
And the way Gamera is playing, the way Gamera looks unstoppable versus just about everybody as always. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what y'all been keeping in the pocket, but I don't know why you're still keeping it there. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's time to pull it out. But as you said,
Belial.
this is the run back. You know, Mjima put Tororo down in losers early in the top 8. You know,
Yeah,
right
round
away.
1.
Yeah.
Fight. Round 1 was this matchup, and how Tororo got into losers. And I mean, we're staring down the face of you know, somebody who was just hot off
Losers
second place at Evo,
final.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that, you know, that most of us know. Obviously, there's been
Tororo.
offline events after that in Japan for the game, but he's another person with a target on their back. You know,
Absolutely.
just like you guys were talking about at the very beginning of this of the broadcast. It's just these people have these targets on their back.
With the target, everybody wants to beat you.
Yeah.
You don't give you no rest, no mercy.
Everybody's thinking about it, right? Like they're envisioning it. So, you know, this is also the gauntlet for Tororo.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you gotta stay locked in. If you win this one, then you got to go up against Gamera. There's no letting up.
Your mental stamina is really gonna have to shine through here. That's all you got. Oh baby, parade's lust. Parade's lust.
Oh, you're making me feel a certain way.
Mjima under player 1,
Ooh.
Tororo is player 2.
You know, I wonder if Tororo actually didn't do a follow-up because he was afraid of the standing unique from Mjima. You know, give Daddy some sugar, the parry.
Might be testing reactions too, just to see.
Could be. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think you're 100% correct because a lot of people, they see the Lord Strike and they try to throw tech.
Yeah.
So you're totally right on that one. Try to jump out.
Denied. Wow, nice. Excellent counter conversion.
Yeah, I feel like through a lot of the sets that we've seen so far, Tororo has been exceptional at denying jump out.
Yeah.
He's doing some excellent freestyle anti-air combos too. He's getting stuff like cross-up or anti-cross-up buttons.
Yeah, in weird situations where you may not be ready for it, but definitely locked in.
That's the nice part about Percival close medium, right? Is that it hits in that specific avenue. So you have to be really confident that your opponent is actually like in proximity for the normal to come out.
Goodness, stocked all the way up. NASDAQ looking mad clean, but Mjima.
I don't know if your bets on Wall Street are going to help you during the Belial block string.
I mean, you're also in Japan, so it's probably not gonna, you know, not gonna work out the way you might think it will.
I don't know how the stock market works over there. I'm sorry.
They have one. It exists.
It does exist.
Oh my goodness. The Lord of Flames.
Skybound are not going to finish it off on this one, though. I mean,
not
chip
have
is a
overdrive
bit...
yet.
Okay, so there's no more chip guts, so anything that could chip out will kill.
Overdrive
Yeah.
while the knockdown smart.
Now you just can't get straight hit, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's still Percival.
You see the face that he made when he got stabbed by? He was
You're like, bro.
I guess that's how it ends.
It is what it is.
I thought we were friends, man. That's the face he made.
Hey, Belial don't really got that many true friends. Let me tell
allies.
you, story-wise. Even the one person he would never betray is not actually truly his friend.
That's rough stuff.
Battle 1.
Oh, reaction.
I heard
no.
you can't do that anymore,
I
by
got
the way.
those.
I heard you can't do that anymore.
He got nerfed. Oh, Shiro. Yeah, just the stalwart patience when you're stuck in the corner is super important, and you're seeing so much of it.
He would punish him so far he did the wrong thing. He had to go overhead.
Hey, sometimes you gotta just freestyle, you know? Like you weren't ready to whiff punish there, so you gotta come up with something. Wow, just barely did not kill. Overdrive is not even available anymore either. So yeah.
Nice answer.
Yeah.
The second you recognize that was medium DP, you know that you're just done.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
There was a time where that was like a free plus frames, remember?
Yeah,
Every belly out
sure
was just
do.
tossing that thing out.
Because nobody could react to it because they were just like, whoa, what is this
dumb
move?
It's an uppercut that's plus frames. Ah!
Yeah, well now Belial's been around forever, and now we know.
Now we uppercut in between and killed him.
Ooh, that was great usage of the sweep right there to get under the jumping H. That might actually be a real use of the word trip guard.
the actual definition of it, yeah.
Rather than just making James Chen that.
He's gonna watch the VODs back and be like, okay.
I see you.
I see you.
Trip guards when I trip you and you can't guard.
Come on! Oh, well, I mean, that might be what Mjima's saying right now after getting hit by the DP.
The bust out, though. I need out of jail.
Yeah, for
big hit!
Yeah, tried to throw it, looks like. Got hit by the 5H, and yeah. Oh, yeah, Jayako.
That really is.
Jayako Hotenjin. Yeah. And a Genesis, not going to finish it off, though.
You got to guess, buddy. He has overdrive. Oh, he has uppercut.
Oh,
he has overdrive.
Overdrive. I got traumatized stacks, boy.
I'm going to drive over your dead body. That's what I'm doing. Excuse me.
Ooh, oh, I love seeing the stress. You see a moment there, the stress on his face. No, I need to cover up.
I can't let him see me sweat.
That's the great part about offline is you get to see this. You get to see the stress. You get to see what these players be going through.
I don't know. Something's always to be said about people that dress up with the color of their character. Tororo with the blue and the white on. That's a scary sight to see.
Do you think Tororo is just trying to play himself in the game, or is he cosplaying Percival? Which way is it?
The way that he's EXDPing right now, he's just trying to play himself. I'm just trying to be me.
He wakes up every day like I am the Lord of Flames.
Slicks the hair back.
Walks in front of the mirror. Just, my vassals. Ooh, what a punish on that dodge.
Yeah, ready for it.
Oh, counter? Okay. Not 100% sure what Tororo tried to go to, but yeah, Mjima just picking the right option by comparison.
Overdrive. Gets him out. Nice jump.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough.
Got out of the plus frames, but yeah, the jump was just a bit too far away. You know, I mean,
yeah, big punish.
That's going to push close to the corner. Was trying to go for the frame trap on this one, too.
Still got overdrive, does Tororo, though, so happy to just chill. Been patient all bracket long, but gets punished. Wasn't a counter hit, though, so yeah, and didn't cancel.
Yeah, just was not ready to Asmodeus on that timing. Look at the spacing.
Tried to whip punish.
Oh, my God.
This is close.
Look at the damage on the chip. Overdrive is over, but at what cost?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Overdrive served its purpose, right?
Sure you again.
See, that was the knowledge of the many different times that exact interaction happened over and over again. Tororo would force a block, Mjima would then press a button in response because it's negative frames. And so you're like, no, I'm just going to take my turn back.
It's my turn, right? Right? Set point for Tororo.
Ooh, another whiff punish right there. Yeah, just a bit too far away to be able to get the full conversion. Still tried, but... Well, there's a full conversion for Tororo.
Oh, yeah, whiff throw.
Keep your hands to yourself. Tororo, humongous lead in the corner.
Done.
Oh, done.
Put him on the skewer.
Damn, that did so much damage. Tororo with a complete and emphatic sweep.
That was 3-0.
Cooked him.
Ooh, that was the run back, by the way. That was...
I told you, this is EX Tororo.
He definitely cooked them.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Yeah, Tororo is definitely the Lord of Flames. There's no questioning.
There's no question about it.
I have insulted him by even insinuating that he would be cosplaying Percival and not the other way around.
Yeah. They made Percival after me.
Yep, he wakes up in the morning like, man, I can't believe they put me in a video game. This is great.
That's wild. That's crazy.
And I mean, again, Mjima, has third place. This is that is impressive in this bracket. Specifically, this is an Mjima that took gamera to the limit too. So
absolutely,
the only person so far.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, guys. Well, it's been a beautiful only day number 1 so far of Evo Japan 2023. I hope you guys have all been enjoying it. But guess what? It ain't over yet because coming up, we're gonna have the grand finals Granblue Fantasy Versus, and we're gonna see who's gonna be the one to do the big pop off at the end and be like, remember before there was Granblue Rising, it was me. I was the final champ. All right.
And I mean, a lot of people, you may not realize why that's so important, but people and players that commit time to this game, like that's really important for them to be able to say, because you start to feel like, yes, I made my mark on this thing that I care about so much.
If you took the Wikipedia article for Evolution, all right, and you named all the games, all right, at a high ratio, I can tell you who won the various games for several years in a row, okay? When you win, it's a big deal. People remember your name. This is the best player of Granblue, the best player of Street Fighter, the best player of Tekken, whatever it is. People remember for a long time. And, Evolution is a tournament that creates names. Arsene Ash, the first Evo Japan that he went to, that was a big deal. Pakistan basically landed on the map thanks to his performance at that tournament.
Changed the whole landscape of Tekken with it. So, yeah, it's a super big deal. And, I mean, the fact that this is a run back just elevates it even more.
Now, with this game, I feel like this is the beginning of something special. It's the same way as you go back to, like, the old... Just think of any old title you could think of that started as one game, whether it's Marvel or Guilty Gear or whatever else, and then eventually they started making sequels, and they kept kind of evolving what they're doing. And we can see with Granblue Fantasy Versus, this is the beginning of a new fighting game franchise and a new fighting game series. They've already got their first one. They're going to have their Rising come out. They're not going to be done after that. You know how many characters are in the actual Granblue? Forget about it. They're going to be doing this for another 10 years easily.
I know because I have, I think it's 76% of the characters, and it's over 700 characters.
I'm telling you, they have so many options to pull from.
I did not know that.
It's crazy. And also, lore-wise, there's a reason why we're so into it. I mean, they've got the old Final Fantasy Tactics artists in there, amazing musicians to help make the soundtrack, exceptional, investment from the parent company to make sure that it matches the source material in story, in look, in gameplay, everything about it. And I'm glad to see this beginning of it going. And, long live Granblue Fantasy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Long live Granblue Fantasy. And, long live the people in the community that stands behind this game, too. They put in the work. They put in the hours. They put in the effort of drawing people in and keeping people there. Whether you are a player, a TO, a combination of both, you run it, at any level of the fighting game community, shout outs to you, because without you, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it.
Yeah, most definitely. No, I heavily agree on the sentiments. And upcoming with Rising, it's just going to be another resurgence, right? The numbers will literally be rising. Excuse the pun.
Hey,
but that's just how it's going to be.
Everybody's already like, hey, when's it coming out?
Yeah.
I heard about the new Granblue version. Is this the new Granblue version? That's a question I've seen. Is this the new version? Is it out yet?
Yeah.
People are getting excited. So
it's a good time. I'm excited for this match. This is what I wanted. Give me what I want.
Oh,
interesting.
Hovering over Katalina, are we? Yeah, you can see his eyes. He's messing with us.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just all right. Let's assume Catalina's the pick, right? This was a character that had gotten quite buffed in the most recent. Well, I should say the final patch actually for this game, and a lot of people were like, "Wow, Katalina has maybe come back to some of her roots." Because I mean, if you only played the game of vanilla, you just remember Katalina was a terror, right? For a very long time after that, she got kind of dumpstered in terms of nerfs, and she was not doing so hot. She was definitely trying her best, but post patch, things got a little bit better.
If gamera locks in Katalina, we're going to hear Callisto shouting all the way from Chicago.
I am a better Katalina.
I'm nice.
I'm the nicest Katalina. Excuse me.
It is.
All right. So this was the progenitor of the mid-range footsie game.
Yes.
This was, I believe, the first character that Gamera was playing before the DLC started to happen as well. It's been a very long time, so I definitely could be wrong. I mean, I guess it hasn't been a very long time in fighting game years, but like just for this game and its lifespan,
Yeah, so Katalina, she's the type of character that just by her design, she kind of lives or dies by her frame data. Her unique skill is not really that good. In fact, what helped her, I think, the most actually was all the new system stuff. Because since she doesn't have too many tricky, unique tools, pretty much she's buttons, a good fireball, and a good uppercut. That's the character. Yep. So all the new unique tools really helped her out. Now she's got a new backdash to escape situations she couldn't escape before. She's got a new way to add to her combos when she's on cooldown. Yeah. And everything in general, in that essence, I think helped her out.
The system definitely elevated her. I mean, rush off of 2M is a fantastic thing for Katalina. So we're going to see Gamera try to space out that 2M and work in that neutral space. However, Tororo closing the distance really quickly to start off Grand Finals.
And I mean, already with the big damage on this one, this is where we see Tororo shine. Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't.
My
Again,
goodness.
just coming back to it. Jumps will always be denied when it comes to Tororo. throw here. And yeah, this is the strike throw pressure that Katalina has been running a terror for some very long time. You see that 2M is going to play a lot of dividends.
Don't want to get caught by EXDP either.
Yeah, well, interestingly enough, you know, for Katalina, there's no reason for her to fireball at that range because her fireball is not nearly as good at a mid-range as some of the other characters, right? Her fireball is like basically just I'm either counter fireballing or you're full range, or I'm trying to make it so that a guard string is a little more safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like right there.
Definitely a nice answer for a Lord Strike too. If you're that far away, just put it on the screen, see what it do.
Yeah, it makes it so Lord Strike is now not as prevalent on the mental stack, right? Because your opponent's not wanting to use it as much.
It's crazy to see things go full circle. We saw 6 and all types of crazy characters. Right. And when it came down to the grand finals, it went back to basically vanilla.
Yeah.
Catalina versus Percival.
Which is crazy because like if this was last patch, I would never have said that.
True. But that final patch did change a lot of things for Katalina. There's the staggered throw.
One more. Oh, no, it goes to the overdrive.
Almost one light too many.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. A lot of people do those staggered lights to be able to make sure they can actually either option select or react to overdrive activation. And so they may end up doing it one too many times because they're focusing on ensuring that they at least get a combo.
Yeah.
Oh, almost got the whiff punish, yeah.
You see the slide. She's
gotta let it slide.
Slippery.
Gotta butter up them gauntlets,
yep.
Cleats, greaves. There we go. That's the word.
It's so funny because she actually is just wearing heels.
That is true.
She has well, they're kind of like pumps, but you know, whatever. Semantics.
Ooh, defensive throw. Let me out.
Ooh, that was a combo ability.
Yeah. But I mean, still close the door.
Yeah. Okay, so 1 round apiece here, first game. I mean, if Katalina is the character of choice throughout the entire Grand Finals for Gamera, this will absolutely be a very slow Grand Finals.
Yes. Intentional. I mean, intentional. You know what? If I'm Gamera, I actually like the slowdown because Tororo sped through in a 3-0. And if I'm Gamera, the mental game is let me slow it down and at least cool off Tororo a little bit.
Literally put him on ice.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. No, the second you said intentional, I knew exactly what you were talking about. I never thought about it, but you're totally right.
Oh, the counter hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Ow.
Counter hit only combo. And now the Trauma Rise stacks on deck. Oh, and jumps again.
Wow.
Denial.
He's making that look like a cross-cut uppercut. That's a regular button.
Yeah.
That is not an uppercut.
Just 2H, you know.
just doing my thing. Moisturized.
Staying in my lane.
Prospering.
Oh, yeah, the low Lord strike right there afterwards. And that can be such a weird position because, like, a lot of people like to run forward or try to take their turn back after Percival, you know, hits a button because there's the mix-up of, is Percival going to press button and then dodge to try and change their frame data, or is he going to press button and try and sneak in a Trauma Rise stack, right? And so you stick in the Lord Strike, and you're just like, hey, bro, what? You weren't privy? You weren't thinking about it?
I got this too, you know. Especially at that range, like you were saying, where it's like, you're not, like full screen, obviously, like Lord Strike
His hair looks disheveled.
Ringing in your head. Yeah, I don't blame him. It's been a long night.
His hair is all over. Yeah. He's stressing.
Ooh, stop the plus frames at their tracks. Yeah, that is kind of like the counterplay, right? You worry about the plus frame thing, but it turns out, hey, it's slow enough that you can react. You just got to stop Percival in his tracks.
Just stop Percival. That's all you got to do.
If it were me, I would simply just win Grand Finals, personally.
Just get the W. I don't understand what the fuss is about.
Just be better than the other guys.
Yeah.
Hard.
Keep your health above 0.
Don't lose.
Just hit more notes.
Nice spacing on that.
We got that mark in there, too. We might need that.
Yeah, and okay, so this is where we saw a bit of a trouble for Gamera before, walking themselves back into the corner, but, you know, changing that up.
No, point blank?
No, that was an attempted chip out. That was an attempted chip out.
Yeah.
The surprising part is doing that, though, instead of, like, EX Fireball, right?
With multiple hits, yeah. Or even DP, like, because you can kind of...
Well, so the thing is once you've initiated chip cuts, the opponent has to become out of block stun for you to actually chip them out afterwards. So, like, EX Fireball would have given them the plus frames to then do another move into, into delay.
Yeah, I didn't see
that
the
damage?
chip cut status, but
he
overdrive.
He can win.
Yeah, he got overdrive.
Oh, absolutely. He hit him once.
Gamera's the one in danger.
No,
what it was, that was an even situation.
Yeah,
they were both currently on death point.
They had the same amount of health.
But Gamera, the one to make it happen there in the long one. Okay, yeah. Just get those plus frames back.
You see how patiently he just walks you down with that long sword?
Well, yeah,
Wait till I get my turn.
Pick up, brother.
No.
Didn't hit the wall bounce, but still got plenty of damage. And Tororo uppercuts the hell out of there.
Yeah.
He's seen enough.
And he got his stacks on top of it, too. Ooh, I think maybe he was trying to do easy input DP, but he didn't realize he didn't have it because you saw him walking forward, right?
Yeah.
He tried to get a double uppercut combo.
Ooh, I thought a rush was coming.
I mean, that could have been death. You're correct.
Just do it anyway.
He had EX to cancel. I'm so confused. Yeah.
He's just in the feels right now. That's what that is.
Yeah. Gamera going to tie it up.
Yeah, Gamera's Katalina not looking like a slouch whatsoever.
No.
You're thinking the character's out of the game, and then, and then you just bring it right back.
Listen, I like it so far, what we've been seeing. I mean, even the game that he lost, it looked like this pick was premeditated,
Mm-hmm. Like this was the original intent. Like,
Yeah.
I said it. Evo was a little too close. I need an answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's looking like. It looks like there's an answer here. And
walk down.
honestly, I really do. Oh,
wow.
That was sick. That looked like the trailer clashes, where they set up the trailer to try to sell you the game.
Music behind it and everything. It's really rare that you see AT field working that way. Usually not very effective.
Yeah, I mean, Lightwall definitely has its uses, but okay. The overdrive to go through on the close medium.
Stabbed up.
The thrust has been really, really well spaced by Gamera. Honestly, a very powerful tool if you can properly space it.
I mean, if there's a person that's going to space out moves.
Yeah, Gamera would absolutely be the individual.
Stuck in the corner, Tororo has to watch out because EX thrust is available. One touch could bounce him off the wall, but I'm going in. I'm going in.
So much
Click,
damage. Good lord. Good lord, strike.
I mean, he's shoving his sword like through you. It should do a lot of damage. He's like,
and
take this.
And that's serrated. That's not a clean cut.
Oh, yeah, no. That thing is on fire. How much money you want to bet Gamera just did this because it was fire versus ice?
I don't like losing my money.
Excellent extension with the EX fireball. Tried to get the anti, but he got out of there with a jump unique. Tororo getting real tricky with the aerial movement.
Oh, gets thrown up again.
This is probably the most connecting throws I've seen Gamera get on Tororo at all. Tororo seems to be like mentally stacked. Like there's just too much going on for him to recognize everything that could be possible.
Oh,
this combo limit DP.
Reset.
One more hit.
Last chance for the dance.
Ooh.
Oh, the patience.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no reason to do anything, right? Like you're so far ahead if you're Gamera, and yeah, it's really on the onus for Tororo to make something happen.
Yeah, it was all of. You spoke about mental stack, and I think that's part of it. I mean, because if you're Tororo, you're thinking about Djeeta all top 8, right? Like, you're like, okay, if I get to Gamera, it's Djeeta time. And so you get there, and now it's like Katalina, and it's just like...
You got to fight the same 2 buttons over and over.
Yeah.
That are placed perfectly, like a trap.
Oh
my God. The unique skill conversion helped push to the corner.
Wow.
Stabbed.
Yeah, see, stab was not something that Tororo had to think about before, and now he's got to remember that it's a factor to have to resist to get to go against.
Plus frames. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's tough to run up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe starting to become privy.
This is getting pretty good for Tororo. Gamera spending a lot of resources to keep the pressure on.
It's true, and Tororo has that meter full at 100%.
I have no idea how Gamera finds just the perfect times that Tororo will not swing. I mean, it will not block to get hit by the thrust.
All right, last chance for the dance here. Yeah. Got him with the stagger.
Tororo with the lead.
Okay. God, this is
like peak Granblue.
Yeah.
This is for real where they're going back to like a season 1 or like an early style. It's just reacting, punishing, and never being overcommittal.
It's a very, I mean, I always tell people this whenever they talk about, like, what type of game what does it feel like to play Granblue? And it's like, when you're at or near even level with your opponent, it becomes extremely cerebral.
Yes.
It is a very cerebral game. And Spooky, you pointed out perfectly. It's kind of full circle right back to the origins of the game.
Yeah. I would totally agree, especially considering you see that Gamera, you know, we were seeing run-up throw, right? And at one point, Tororo finally got around it by hitting him and got counter-hit. So then the next thing Gamera did was run up, immediately press a button. But Tororo was blocking that time. So it's just like, I'm trying to use the information presented to me by how you react.
Push back into the corner. What a space. Man, those spacing on those thrusts is just super clean.
If Tororo, Gamera are on the screen, the spacing is just not anything that you can scoff at whatsoever. Yeah. It is something to be studied, to be learned.
Every time.
The Abari right there from Gamera trying to make it happen. But, oh, yeah, there's the rush. Using that final little bit of meter that he had to finish it off. Tororo is looking at bracket reset now.
Yeah. Turns out, I mean, the slow pace is not really icing him out, no pun intended, as Gamera might have intended. So, you know.
Yeah, he seems to have it under control. He's not running into any, like, random stabs or anything like that.
I think
it's about
as
safe as it gets for Percival.
Yeah.
I think it did originally ice him out, but his ability to adapt was just so powerful that it happened so quickly.
Double throw is going to keep the pressure on.
Oh, yeah, I wanted that bad frame trap because that would have been, like, so much life.
Oh, what a punish!
But it is off of light, so it's not going to be a ton of damage, and that's why you don't see all the EXs getting used, right? Ooh,
conversion.
What a whiff punish off the 2M, too. That was immediate.
Just testing the guard. Tororo put back into the corners. Does have 100% meter, but, I mean, definitely not overdriving it this far away, so you gotta earn that.
Protecting the recovery on the heavy. And Gamera used that moment to get in.
Oh my god.
It could have been over.
Yeah.
Another rare piece of footage where Gamera did not react to the counter hit. But there it is, stab. I cannot stress enough that it is just perfect timing after perfect timing for Gamera. And that's, again, what we're talking about in terms of the cerebral play that it happens once you get into Granblue's nitty-gritty, is that he's knowing exactly when Tororo is trying to press the forward input, and he's just stopping immediately then.
There it is again. Yeah. I mean, it's just a masterclass on not only how to use Katalina, but how to catch your opponent at the time that they want to initiate and respond.
He's got to be over 80% on success rate in regards to that. Like, it's incredible.
Try to swing through.
Yep, there's another run-up throw. Tororo pushed back into the corner now.
This is just fun to watch at this point.
Oh, yeah, okay, so that was meant to be into thrust, but like that's a really fast input to be able to go crouch, light, stand, light, thrust. So I definitely don't blame the drop.
Punish again into the rush.
Off
Got
the
the
wall.
wall bounce.
God, so much. Are you gonna? Okay, barely alive.
Finally the skilling
gas.
kicked in.
Oh, yeah, tried to
Trade.
sweep, but the trade too powerful. Okay, so 2-2. Things have changed up, whereas Tororo was on the bracket reset point now that Catalina's come in the clutch.
Oh, you see the shakes?
You see the hands?
shakes?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
That's
tense.
nervousness.
Yes.
It's tense.
This is what we love about offline.
Ooh, you see the one guy's got the shakes, the other guy's got the sweats.
Yeah.
It's serious.
Oh, I'm definitely believing in victory right now as we get into a possible tournament game or tournament reset. I cannot call it. I really cannot call it.
It's in their hands at this point. They're going to show us the best possible match either way.
Absolutely.
Uppercut denied. That's the first time he tried that.
Exactly, yeah.
What the heck?
The fact that did not land Tororo, man.
That is one of those things where Gamera probably went to that because it's the last round. So he's like, all right, now I'm going to bust out all the crazy stuff you weren't seeing before. You saw me being pensive and stoic before. Now I'm going to start busting out.
No, Tororo was prepared to fight an uphill battle the whole way through.
Knew that stepping into grand finals coming from losing side, right? Like, this is not going to be – this is a mountain climb.
Oh, the two-piece again.
That's $14.99, my son.
Plus tax.
I don't got that in Oregon, buddy.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
That was crazy. They both did rush at the exact same time.
They both called out the strike invulnerable, but
goodness.
Gamera with the counter hit confirming the EX Fireball, now working on tournament point with the Katalina.
Now, does Gamera just wild out? You have a round to give?
Shoot, they tried to wild out the first round. They almost got it.
Yeah, I think that's why the game changed right after. It was just like, all right.
He was like, if I uppercut here, I'm going to lose.
Maybe I was wrong.
I might have made a mistake.
That was when he knew.
Tororo, though,
He's got only one mark, and he's sitting on that mark like it's the most important possession.
Listen, that stock can be what puts him into the big house or out on the streets.
I heavily agree that one trauma stack could just change, like, because that's a straight up Lord Strike, right? And you can take half the opponent's life bar.
Fire
there it
attack
is.
up.
Stagger got the light.
Oh yeah, but didn't have Lord Strike available because just used the EX. Okay.
Oh,
I like that.
Through.
Yeah, so your turn back, right? Mm-hmm. It's very Soul Calibur-esque.
That actually could have been worse for Tororo. Oh, like that.
Speaking
My
of words,
God.
That's terrible. Uppercut.
What a
bet.
decision. What a decision. The back shift.
Use the plus.
Okay, yeah, and use the fact that he didn't have the cooldowns available to and just use Rush instead, right? Ooh!
What a fireball with the EX.
Oh, EX uppercut.
He gambled everything.
That's crazy. Tororo.
Gamera's thrusts are starting to falter. Before, where they were over 80% success rate, they are now starting to kill Gamera.
Man, that was extra brave.
This is reset or tournament.
Oh, counter
right
hit.
here.
3
Charging
marks.
up.
He's hitting every Shoryu now.
He is becoming the Shoto.
And this is the Lord of Flames. He will not let his vassals down. As now Gamera running through with the forward throw. And now the throw game is going to become prevalent again, because remember, at the very beginning of the set, we saw a lot of throwing from Gamera.
Nice.
Tororo not afraid, though. Getting the offensive pressure going. Okay, EX Fireball's gone.
The bracket reset is within reach. He's got to respect the
caught him out
overdrive.
there.
Oh, got him out the air again. Jump denied once more. There's the hard knockdown. It's time to put the pressure on. The overdrive gets spot dodge, and that's going to be a bracket reset for Tororo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Tororo. That was well done.
That was extremely well done. Tororo knew going in, like, this is going to be the long haul, so I gotta lock in and stay focused. And surviving the character switch and just, I mean, really focusing on, I'm going to turn, that game 5 was essentially Tororo turning Gamera's game plan around of, like, you're getting antsy, and I'm going to make you pay for it because now I know when you want to be active, and I'm going to use the tools to take those turns away from you.
Yeah, I was going to say that last game, Gamera was they kind of both had the same idea, but Gamera's uppercuts really were not very effective versus Tororo. Every uppercut was just the right uppercut and the perfect uppercut.
Well, now that we are in a bracket reset, the question will come to pass. Is Katalina staying?
Yeah, that is the biggest question. I mean, if you're Gamera, you can look. It wasn't wrong, right? Like, that's the thing. Is like it wasn't the wrong pick. It's not like you got blown up. So you got to ask yourself: Do I go in with the Katalina who got me to the limit, and it was just me, or do I want to feel more at home on the Djeeta?
And that's the thing too, is the Catalina's warmed up now.
Yes.
The Katalina is what you have been, putting your mental state into. So you definitely know how to play Katalina right now. Whereas, like, Djeeta might take a couple games, and
I'm not giving that to Tororo.
Yeah. If you give Tororo a couple of rounds, I don't know about your well-being anymore.
Yeah, like looking at the way that Tororo can play Percival, the way that Mjima was defeated 3-0, I'm not trying to give Tororo an inch at all.
Okay, it looks like with the bracket reset, Katalina does appear to be locked in. Now, that doesn't mean that Katalina has to be locked in for the entire set, of course, because we are in a new 3 out of 5 territory, right? So that does mean there is potential.
Set 2.
Well, this is the limit. This is the third bracket or the third match that we said we could possibly get. And I mean, what better way than to have these two going at it to close out this tournament for Granblue Fantasy Versus at EVO Japan 2023. We're going into Shin Grand Finals, the last set for Granblue Fantasy Versus here for the night. It's going to be Gamera versus Tororo, first to 3. That's all you need.
And what's so cool to me about all of this in the first place is this isn't just a run back from Evo, but the fact that this is also another bracket reset. These two have never not bracket reset each other.
It's going to be another epically close matchup.
I mean, that's the beauty of fighting games, right? When you find that true rival, like the person that you know it's going to go to the limit, it's a gorgeous thing.
I'm both scared and excited to see what these two are going to be cooking up when Rising comes out.
Oh yeah,
or maybe even before, because we do have those betas coming up that we are
yeah.
newly aware of.
PS4 and PS5.
Yeah, make sure to keep a lookout. Okay, yeah, that spacing is coming back into play. Because remember, while Katalina does have a very similar far M to Percival, hers is a bit slower, but at the bonus of having better distance, right? And so Tororo is going to be able to use his his far M in a more dominating fashion at that range. Oh! Slide to the left.
One stack this time.
Okay, well, 2 throws this time.
Try to get the third one too. Yep. But thank you, Down Light, for saving lives.
It does.
Woo, that spacing.
That was dangerous.
That was nasty.
Yeah, because if he had pressed the button, that would have been it.
That's why you can see such pensiveness in the game plan. They're barely doing anything. Oh.
Again, same trick, but again, it did not work.
And
Tororo surviving.
Has that meter as well. Okay, respect it.
Yeah, the Abare out. I mean, you gotta put on the mental stack to your opponent that you're not always going to block. And
yes.
So now they have to double check their guard strings. Like, ooh, do it. I was frame trapping before, but now no, it's not working out so well. My frame traps don't seem to be so strong. And then that takes away such an offensive momentum from you because now you're too afraid to do it. It's all about never being afraid, right? Like you can always respect your opponent, but you should never be afraid.
Reset situation here. Caught him low.
Okay, plus frames again.
Yeah, I mean, caught the jump out though.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh,
nice
yeah.
dodge.
And because it was fully charged, you had to spot dodge right there, because otherwise it would have been a guard crush, and so then Gamera would have had the plus frames. Oh, got him again.
Yeah.
So 0 for 2, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's just such a clutch block, too. I mean, 0 for 2. Think about how many games we've seen, and that's just the second time.
Yeah, we're in the middle of Game 6, right? And that's not even counting how many rounds that we've seen, like, all the...
Extremely close ones, lots of back and forth.
Yeah. Meanwhile, another EXDP for Tororo lands, right? So it's just been... In the DP land, Tororo's way ahead of Gamera.
I'm surprised that this was the pace that Gamera wanted to choose. I mean, Tororo is forced into this no matter what because he's the Percival.
Yeah.
But Gamera, with this pick, he's saying, all right, I want me a nice, slow, take my time, and find all the little holes in your armor so I can stab away.
And we finally see a missed wake-up DP, and it is just coming back to haunt Tororo right now.
It sure is.
All right. Good Lord. That changed the entire game, actually. That one missed DP.
Yeah, turned it into from a kid's show to a horror movie.
I mean, there's always goosebumps, so you can put the two together. You can put the two together,
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Well, man, okay, real talk. Choose your own adventures were messed up, weren't they? Like, like, oh my God.
Turn to page 39.
There's like 12 routes where you die, another 5 routes where something terrible happens, and there's like 2 routes where you win. It's like crazy.
Bro, I read this in elementary school. Like, what's going on here?
I'm not gonna lie. I read them joints backwards. I was like, I'm not putting myself through this stress.
I mean, there's a lot of stress in this grand finals too, especially because Gamera, I mean, with this Katalina, continues to evolve. And continues to adapt to Tororo's play.
Not afraid to uppercut despite the punish in the last game.
I mean, that's one of the things where it's like you have to keep that on the table if you're Percival, right? Because otherwise you're going to get pushed into a situation where you never get your turn back. Speaking of turn backs.
Yeah, definitely stealing turns. That's where we're starting to take away the normal cerebral nature, right? We have to start stealing turns to be able to make something happen. Because if you play a literal perfect game, a lot of the time it becomes formulaic.
Yeah.
And so you need to start just doing some crazy stuff every now and then. We've seen where it's absolutely hurt the player, but we've seen where it's helped them a lot as well.
I mean, arguably, we wouldn't even be in this reset if Gamera played just the perfect game. I mean, Tororo played the perfect game and never EXDP'd, right?
Yeah, heavily agree.
Oh, the low.
The legs.
Has meter, too.
Excellent break. They're looking pretty heavily for the finish, Tororo.
Oh, just jumps out.
That was a super jump, too.
Yeah, with impunity. Okay, yeah, a lot of these throws are now starting to get tagged, too, but, I mean, not going to matter anymore as the Super Skybound Arts should finish this off, no problem.
Yeah, they didn't even get to see Ares for a second, I guess.
Yeah, they made the special guest cameo.
Yeah. You good? You good? All right, I'm out.
Ares was actually the tagline for the beat, and that was it.
Okay. Shut up like that. What up?
Counter thrust.
Yeah, just using the light wall to threaten something, but not actually use it, right? Get the backdash out of there. Ooh.
Nice punish there.
And the standard throw to keep the corner. Counter hit conversion again. EX Fireball into Ender. It's not enough.
Does the DP happen? No.
Oh, clashes.
Whoa.
I just never know what's going to happen on a clash anymore because these people have just been...
They've been doing all types of stuff.
Yeah.
They've been doing clash dodges.
Clash
and
rush.
Woo!
I almost lost it, bro. I would have freaked out and threw tech right there. I absolutely would have done it.
This is very dangerous.
Oh, no. I mean, you
can
continue
take
throw
all
tagging.
of them.
Continue throw tagging.
Overdrive.
Does it
Did
land?
Oh, just too high up as Gamera perfectly jumps over the overdrive. Was more than likely looking for throw tech.
Yeah.
But
I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tororo, you can... Wow, that is an utter look of defeat right now. Either that or meditation, but... That's not the kind of thing you want to see on the morale of somebody's face.
No. It's tough. It's been a long road, but you got to find that extra gear. But it's hard, right? I mean, you're now in a situation where you're down 0-2, so that means you have no breathing room.
There's no more losses that you can afford.
He won 2 games before. He just needs 2 more right now, and then it's all even.
That's true.
Very true. We did not think it was going to Game 5 when it first started the set, and, well, look at where we're at now.
Change the game.
Sure you.
Okay, there's an anti-air.
Yeah, nice size up, too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you do not get the ground bounce if it's in the middle of a combo when you do it, which, I mean, that character would have been dead otherwise. But
And it would have been stylish. Just slam them down.
Pushed into the corner. Look at the spacing. Nice stand dodge as well.
Okay, plus
Using
frames
the
here.
rush to keep the mid-screen.
Ooh, 1 throw tech, 2 throw tech. Yeah, again, these are starting to get a lot more techs are coming out for Tororo. But the problem is at the expense of like the mental stack in other areas, right? You're looking out for throws so much more. You're starting to get hit in. Well, maybe it's Gamera that's starting to get hit in the neutral game because that's what I was about to say.
Space control. I'm wondering when the raw universal overhead is going to come out the playbook.
You know, I mean, your tech and throws reactionary, right? It maybe the thing you start doing.
Word. At their level of the game, using a universal overhead as like your level 0 tactic is not very powerful. It is a trick that you got to save for the critical moment.
Yeah. Like after you've thrown someone 3 times in a row.
Exactly. You throw them a bunch of times, and then it's final game. That's the time you go for it, right?
I mean, honestly, Gamera is absolutely poised to set that kind of thing up because of all the throws that he's been going towards.
Oh, speaking of throws, nice lore strike into the grab.
Ooh, yeah.
Rush gets her out.
And again, it's just about stealing a turn back. It was never your turn to begin with, but I mean, hey, if it's not my turn, I got nothing to lose.
Tororo with the life lead, but gotta play patiently. That does not have the meter lead whatsoever now.
And I do like that Gamera was just defending all of those to get a little bit of extra bar as well, so you can get closer to either OD or Super Skybound Art and maybe make this whole thing happen. Wow,
danger.
Yeah, that was super dangerous.
Okay, the throw gets teched again. Yeah, I was trying to look for a Dragon Punch, I want to say, but I mean, hey, Dragon Punch. And that's, again, stealing your turn back.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about how you don't want to be too formulaic. That was definitely not in the playbook.
No, certainly not. Yo, even Gamera looking like, really? Really?
Bruh.
You're insane. How dare you uppercut there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna block and destroy you.
That's 1 down. I mean, if you're Tororo, you're doing this is 1 round at a time, right? Like you're not even thinking about game 5, or you're just like, nope, just got to get the next one. Just next round, keep moving forward.
Take everything as it goes, because if you don't, you get too far ahead of yourself. You were gonna get blown up, and yeah,
Phantom hitboxes.
Yeah, that was the ghost of that button got hit.
Oh,
2
wow.
marks ready, but no command grab for you.
That was one of the first times he's tried it versus gamera and immediately scouted. You know, I mean, I guess if you're going for regular throws, then command throw can also be scouted because you're looking for regular. But it's not looking very strong right now.
He probably was pretty confident that that was going to work.
Yeah.
You got to be confident if you go for the command grab, for sure. There's a lot of extra recovery there. Overdrive pulled out.
Okay.
I mean, you can't save it for the next round, so.
Certainly can't.
And the damage increase will absolutely help here.
And the chip protection as well.
Also, the added chip to normals. If anything, you can even up the life lead, so it just makes a lot of sense.
But you see Gamera just slowing it down, trying to survive.
Oh my
He has a delicious lead now.
Yo, hello!
Get
And
off.
then the trauma ride to stop the run forward throw.
I fight with my spirit.
This is me when I'm angry.
Oh, and there it is again. Yeah.
I seen that movie already.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it's literally the exact same start as the previous round. But I mean, if that's any indication, that just means Tororo, you know, is not phased, so.
Certainly isn't. Oh man, trying to poke away with the medium, but you got to be super
Sick
careful.
whip
Got it that time,
punish.
yeah.
Empty jump low is not going to find its mark. And Gamera again. Just the
Off the
strike.
Bounce.
The strike throw game has just been so hard for Tororo to deal with as
Oh,
Gamera.
what a mash.
He was like, "Let me out, let me out."
Going for the legs.
I'm not going back to jail.
I'm never going back. The patience here. You see the subtle just walk forward and block. You know you're in the zone where the Granblue zone.
Well, I mean, this is it right here.
Yeah,
the Granblue
yeah.
zone right here.
Absolutely.
What a thought.
It would be nice to have that 100% bar back again.
Sure would
Can
be,
we
but
do it?
not this
Oh,
time.
gonna happen.
And that's why you like to have 100% bar. And now,
Tournament point.
yeah, Gamera looking to finish it off right here, right now.
Remind you, we had the same round and game count in the before the bracket was reset, so not over yet.
If there's anything that Tororo can do, it's be explosive.
Yes.
Gamera is setting a glacial pace right now.
I mean, yeah, definitely you want to freeze him out, make sure that it starts to make some mistakes, and you're able to slowly but surely get that win.
Anything to cool the temperature of the possibility that Tororo brings to the table once he's finally got you knocked down. But there it is. The X-Lord Strike gets some Trauma Rise stacks. Doesn't opt for the run-up. Actually just gets the stacks, and I like that. And yeah, uses the dive kick because was expecting the anti-air.
Yep.
Here's one throw. Two. Okay.
Late break.
Block strings.
Kakugo,
Oh, I'm not ready.
Stabbed. Ooh,
It's a good
they
thing it
tried to
wasn't
get
EX.
something. That would have been a combo.
EX might have been a kill.
Oh, here we
Command
go.
grab.
X-Seal. That's going to be towards the corner here.
Got the hard knockdown as well.
Ooh, opts not to get stacks. Got the run up. You see the cojones on Gamera to just run at somebody?
One
Got a
stack.
stack now, but he's knocked down.
Okay, the low.
Oh my
Yep.
God, this is gonna be so close.
Will he?
Zero
Okay,
fear.
so overdrive is off the table for Gamera. Tororo, though, still has the ability to do something. Oh, the
No,
dodge
that's
do
that.
it!
That's that. There it
Gamera!
is. Gamera off the straight jump. An unfortunate miss there from Tororo, and Gamera converts beautifully to take Evolution Japan 2023.
That's how you know it was epic grand finals. By the way, it started with a full crowd and ended with just the people that were willing to still stick around. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Everybody had to catch the trains,
They
bro.
was like, oh, this is too epic. I gotta
Yeah.
go. Ah, I'm out
I
here.
mean, listen, that JU had not worked all set. It
No.
had been 2H every single time. So the fact that you're going to go for it now, that's some tough stuff. That's champion stuff right there. And that's
That
why we're
was-
looking at back-to-back Evo champions, first in Vegas and now in Japan.
Katalina is back. How about that?
Yeah.
And I mean, Gamera, just the man to beat. No question.
Yes.
No debate. Nothing. It is Gamera.
Yeah, I mean, again, hats off to Tororo for even getting to this point. Had a grueling loser side bracket to go through. Able to reset the bracket against Gamera, so the only person, obviously, to put Gamera into losers all tournament long. But, of course, you know, it can only come down to one, and that one is Gamera, undoubtedly. And I think you're right, Ebonic, the best Granblue Fantasy Versus player for this version of the game, without a doubt.
Hey, he earned it tonight. That's for sure. His footsies were superior. His timing was great, and lots of conversions, especially with his rush and using his backdashes as well to get out of the critical situations. He really played it like to pretty much what any big Katalina aspires to have the gameplay that Gamera had tonight.
Yeah, it was certainly an active choice. I mean, the Katalina hover was right away, and the execution was there to, say that this was a plan that Gamera had going into this match if they were going to run into Tororo, and it worked out, to their benefit. Even though it was the long set, Gamera ended up being the better placer, and it was just an incredible show of all the things that you want to do. And so we're going to see the award ceremony coming up. But,
I'm hyped because I haven't seen what the trophies look like.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, isn't this our first top 8 period?
Yes.
Right? So.
I think so. Oh, okay, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
So the only thing I'm going to say before we get the award ceremony underway is that Gamera's Katalina is still not as nice as Callisto's. Let's go!
Shout outs to Callisto.
Okay, so there is the trophies.
Those are sick. Are you serious?
So there's the championship trophy, but you'll notice that there's those look like medals. Oh, and Fukuhara-san himself is going to be giving away the medals.
Yo, I want that shirt. Somebody, please.
Creative director of Granblue Fantasy versus.
I love you, Fukuhara. I hope to see you again soon. That's my man's. Yeah, it is a Beelzebub shirt, but I think that's just like active merch that you can currently purchase on the Cygame store. I could be wrong.
Is it? Okay.
I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've had to check it out, so.
Ooh, that metal looks heavy.
Yeah, it does.
That is a big.
That's what I'm saying.
You see how big the lanyard is just to carry it?
That's how you know.
Those look like the medals from Evo Worlds this year. Man, those look so sick.
Yeah, those are nice.
Okay, so yeah, just like you said, the bronze medals are awarded to all the finalists under 3rd place.
Okay.
And then, I guess we'll see when we get there.
Yeah. This was an incredible top 8, though. Like, I really couldn't have hoped for more to see in this top 8. We saw all different styles of play. We saw some really tense matches. We saw the cerebral nature of Granblue, and we saw everything the game's about.
It's going to be a great lead-in into Rising. It's going to be excellent sets for the people at home to study and bring into their local events and everything they're doing. And when the time is right and the new game is out, everybody's going to have something to aspire towards.
Yeah, and I implore you to get started now, honestly, because if maybe you're excited about Siegfried specifically or Anila, right, for Rising, or, you started with Granblue and you were waiting for the rollback, just get started now. I promise you it will help you in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
There it is, your champion right there. Double time Gamera.
That is tough stuff right there.
He cannot wait to get home and go to bed. Oh my god. My man's is about to turn himself into a Kontatsu burrito.
The following prizes will be given to the top 3 players.
Okay.
Okay, arcade sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, leverless.
Did it have the game logo on there too?
It did, yes.
What does 8+2 do on that?
I was going to say, you better check the up and down.
Dang, that looks clean.
Yo, he gets to come in the next Evo with 2?
Bro, he showed up here, by the way, with the gold one, and he won the tournament on the gold one.
Yeah.
I got the gold and
Wait,
the white.
is that? I think that one is signed by Fukuhara-san.
Oh, okay.
I think I saw a signature there. It was a little bit difficult to see because of the nature of lighting plus the camera stuff, but he also got the Victrix backpack. Sweet. So you got a Victrix stick to put in his Victrix backpack.
Yeah.
Well, leverless. I can't even call it a stick, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
He's like, you give me a pad.
I'm not going to shield. That's a nice, I have that.
Oh,
So that pad is modular.
Yes,
So that's the biggest, and the real nice part about it is that you can kind of like do whatever you need to with it.
Yeah.
But they give him the bag too. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta put the pad somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not holding it in my hand all the time. That's how you get arthritis.
That looks sick.
I got enough hand problems already.
Yeah. You see what I'm doing out there?
Okay. A Victrix bag as well. And it does have the Evo Japan logo on it as well. I just noticed that. I didn't notice it the first couple of times. So that means they're completely unique backpacks. Nobody else is going to have that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
who is a third place winner.
Better keep an eye on him.
Gamera's trying to stay up right now. He looks like he's falling asleep.
And now,
can I leave now?
no, you get a trophy, son.
Yeah, you gotta carry. You can put that in the bag too.
You better have driven here because you.
From Roto Pharmaceuticals, はじめにロート製薬様より優勝者にこちらが贈られます。
Is it Roto Man?
Is it?
That would be extra funny. The
Please.
Roto Man.
Please.
目のサプリロート V51 年分ほかロート製薬商品詰め合わせが
Yes,
It is.
yes,
Let's go.
yes.
Let's go.
This is what I came here for.
They got to help him out. Like he's like, where am I going?
This is
Do I
the.
go this way? Do I go that way?
This is the real last boss right here.
Now you have to play a first to 10. You have to play a first to 10, otherwise you lose all those prizes.
Yep.
Versus the Roto eye drops.
Roto G-Man.
I like how she's trying to lead him. He can't see.
He can't
You gotta
see
help him.
nothing.
You gotta help him.
Now Roto Z-Man can see just fine.
Okay, you're right,
he's
he can see.
he's just playing it up for the crowd. Okay,
Yeah.
Never doubt Roto Z-Man. Never.
He's like, whoa, what do I do with this?
I guess I
It's
hold
giant.
it. Never say never.
They trying to take a photo together. Hey.
Hey.
Y'all gotta help him out. Come on.
Yeah, there it is.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Meanwhile, the poor guy in the outfit's just like, whoa, something is happening behind me.
There's no guy in the outfit. That's just Roto Z-Man.
That's
What are you
just
talking
Okay,
about?
my bad. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You're breaking the immersion.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me Santa isn't real.
We can talk after this about it.
They call him Z-Man. Thank you, Z-Man.
Roto Z-Man.
That's clean.
One of my favorite superheroes. I've always been a
Oh
fan.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I got the whole collection.
Since I was a kid.
Yeah, I got Origin. I got Roto Man Z Reborn.
そしてインゾーンより優勝者にはエボジャパン公式ギアのモニター M3 と
Oh, he gets a monitor. He gets one of the in-zone monitors.
Yo,
Hey.
how's he gonna get home?
Bro, I told you better driven here. That's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. So
Okay,
he's getting a voucher, so he
redeem
can.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
smart.
good though. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way.
Imagine he walks into the Sony in-zone store with the huge
Yo,
the
can
thing.
I get
Hey
one of
guys,
these?
I won this Evo Japan tournament. It says that I'm supposed to get one of these headsets and this monitor.
Who do I speak to?
Yeah, who do I talk to get
The
one
customer
of these?
service reps just start staring at him. Hey,
What is this? Nani sore?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, you win Evo Japan, you get hooked up. It is very clear.
Certainly do. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, there you go. You got a headset.
Okay, second place
there you
gets
go.
the headset.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Now you can hear the Granblue Fantasy versus Rising songs extra loud.
It's true.
Hey, anything Stella Magna makes, I will vouch for.
I actually, so we got to see the in-zone monitors at Evo in
Yes.
Vegas. I really like those monitors. They're really clean.
Okay, third place also gets a headset. Okay.
I haven't had the player experience with this new equipment yet. The
Okay.
in-zone headsets and the monitors.
Well, I mean, you will get to soon, right? We got Evo America coming up not too long from now.
That's true.
Everybody's got to prepare.
Come on, give him the crystal. I want to see him carry the crystal.
Yeah, I definitely saw that
そして
trophy.
Yeah.
優勝トロフィーと
Okay, there it is.
Yes.
Let me see how big this trophy is comparative.
Oh, that thing looks sick.
That's super cool.
Well, he gets $1 million yen
A
too. That's pretty
million
good.
yen and a
He got 10 grand
trophy.
for a Granblue tournament. That's excellent.
And
Yeah.
the trophy. On top of the monitor, the hitbox, the
bag.
the bag, the headset,
The metal.
the medal.
You definitely gonna see him travel for the next few months.
Yeah, for
His
sure.
rent is basically paid.
He's already entered Evo 2023
Yep,
at
he's ready to
Vegas.
go.
He's ready to go.
I agree.
There it is.
1
Now you
million
can
yen.
see it in person. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
if you were doubting.
He's probably like, "Thank you, Fukuhara."
Fukuhara's been my man since I was a kid. You know, we go way back.
Way back.
Man, this is freaking epic.
Yeah, no, I mean, congrats to it's just straight up deserved at this point. Like, there's no other way to say it, right? Gamera put in the absolute work to win 2 Evos.
Yeah.
To win several other events, right? To be the absolute best that you could be.
Oh, he
at
gets
this
an
game.
interview.
Oh, yo, and he gets to talk.
about how
He gets to
bodied
talk
everybody.
his mess.
Talk your stuff.
伺いたいと思います。Now I would like to ask our champion Gamera.
I want him to get. I'm the cleanest.
Y'all all are trash. See you in Rising.
品のあるなんか日本の大会って確か優勝したのがもうこれがこのゲームでは初めてなんで嬉しいです。
He says it's the first time that he's been so happy.
This is the first time in my memory to win in a tournament with this game with prize money for the first time. This is the first time winning this tournament with prize money. So I am very happy that I won. ありがとうございます。
Hey, that's it. No, pretty short interview, but at least he's happy.
I mean, hey, he spoke facts.
I mean,
I'm glad to have money.
It's definitely in Gamera's character. He just wants to get in and out.
Congratulations, Gamera!
That was epic, man. Well done. Oh, they had confetti and stuff coming down all along. They should have done that when he won.
I just won an Ace Attorney case, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Maya's tossing the goodies and everything. Wee. Oh, they dimmed the lights. Time to go home, everybody.
Yeah, so
he won. See you tomorrow.
Go to sleep.
There it is. This is the man to beat going forward. You have to stop him. It's if you want to be the best. That's who you gotta get to this level.
Yeah, I mean 3 characters in this top 8 performing
Watch your
all
step,
at
by
high
the way.
level.
Don't trip on all the confetti.
He did. No, you're 100% right. He did play 3 different characters throughout the top 8 and was able to only get put in the losers bracket by Tororo, the other person that just can't stop
the one
bracket
person you would think that would do it, right? So like just the consistency, the ability to go in with game plans, as you were saying earlier, Spooky, all of that was on display from Gamera. And yeah, I mean, going into Rising, that's the man with the #1 target on the back.
Yep, well, good for him. Gamera, of course, is going to get the first place tonight. Evolution Japan 2023 Granblue Fantasy Versus Edition. You guys got to see an exceptional series of matches for Granblue. I'm telling you, it's a set that's going to be worth you guys studying over and over at home, taking a look at all the great interactions, the decision-making that you've seen, and maybe even stealing some of the tech, and, bringing it into your own gameplay when Rising drops.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's basically just like Maverick said. Probably everything I could have wanted out of that kind of top 8 for sure. And, I mean, hey, even beforehand, it's been so long that kind of forgot to mention it, but, we did get some super cool news at the very beginning of this top 8, right? We got to find out who one of the next characters will be in Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising, which is Siegfried. And, very highly requested character. We're going to be seeing more characters, I'm sure.
I'm sure. I have hope that now the 4 Dragon Knights will be complete since we have Siegfried now, so I'm extremely excited.
Zero won't let me go sign off without saying Nicholas's addition that, he's been hoping for. I'm not sure how they're going to
Zero, I'm about to crush your hopes and dreams. It's not happening.
That's
it's just not happening.
I tried. That's all I can say is I tried. But speaking of great news, the open beta is going to be available in May. So for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, so look forward to that. And if you are traveling out to EVO 2023 in Vegas, you'll get a chance to play in the open beta tournament as well. So lots of exciting stuff coming up for Granblue Fantasy Versus and Rising. And I think that, the community is in a really, really good spot.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. And honestly, hey, if you're trying to play it right now, which you absolutely should, because you want to get ready for Rising, there is a big community. This is not something that is something that you can brush off.
It might still be on sale, like right now. It's been on sale.
I know it was like $8
3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
So it legit might be still on sale right now.
Yeah, it's definitely on sale more often than not, which is great because people can now jump in and you can if there are DLC characters you're more interested in, you can get it for. I mean, I think it's like for the whole thing like $20. It's not a big bank breaker. And as you were saying about it, it's just going to help you out. Like getting started now, if you're interested at all in Rising, even like 1%, getting started now is going to help you out tremendously because while it is a new game, a lot of those fundamentals and legacy things are going to transfer over.
Shoot, all right. Well, it's been an epic day of matches and craziness so far. But I believe that's the only finals that we've gotten so far was the Granblue versus top 8. So you can expect, of course, that tomorrow there's going to be a lot more finals action happening for the various games. You can find, of course, all the brackets are on start.gg that they've been getting updated bit by bit. And they've got all the various streams, EVO 1, EVO 2, EVO 3. I don't even know how many streams it goes down. So, of course, don't forget to check out over here tomorrow and check out all the rest of the streams too and everything else because I'm sure that you'll enjoy lots of them. What time is the start time tomorrow? Is it 6 p.m. Pacific again?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
All
think
right.
it is. So Evo Japan's not over by a long shot. Still got 2 more days to go. Plenty of matches, as Spooky said. But I'm particularly looking forward to, of course, the Guilty Gear Finals as well. That's going to be 2 days from now. We got a lot of action. Got Virtual Fighter 5 action going on too. So that's really exciting. Yeah.
I've seen some of the semis for that one already, and Homestay Akira is already in it. I haven't gotten to see Fudo's path. I'm legit gonna check out the bracket as soon as we're done here. But hopefully Fudo also made it to the semis.
Did Itazan make it through, or
that I haven't seen yet. He hadn't played yet when I last looked at the bracket.
Okay, cool. So yeah, a lot of cool games going on. Of course, you got Melty Finals. That's going to be tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. I believe KOF Finals as well. There was some.
Oh wow, there's a lot of finals tonight.
Yeah. There was some really good KOF matches going on, and of course you got Street Fighter and Tekken as well. Not sure when those finals are.
I think the Sunday finals are Street Fighter, Tekken, and Drive.
Okay,
yes,
if I'm
remembering
that
correctly.
makes sense. Yeah. So a lot of action going on, and again, it's really special that we're able to have both Evos back, right? Like 2022 was a fantastic resurgence of the Evolution Tournament Series, and now that Evo Japan is back in action as well. It feels like we're getting back into a really nice and fantastic flow of these fighting game tournaments.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm very happy and excited to see how everything has been going so far this year for Evo Japan. Happy for the people that got to travel out. Oh, what's up? No, I heard something back there. All right, well, never mind. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Well, guys, I guess that's going to be it for our day number 1, it sounds like, unless there's anything else. So I hope that you guys had a good time. If you're new here to the Evo channel, which that would be a surprise to me, but if you are new, don't forget to follow here, twitch.tv/Evo. That way tomorrow you'll be notified immediately when the channel goes live. And you can come check in all the action with all of us. Myself, of course, Maverick, Ebonic Plague. I know that James Chen is going to be here, Ultra David, IFC Yipes, Tasty Steve. So, many killers are going to be here. And I make sure to come back and enjoy it. Anything you want to say to the homies before we go, guys?
I just want to say much love to the Granblue community. As I said at the top of the show, this was really one of the games that pushed my commentary career forward. So I always have much love to this game and the community. And I hope you guys continue to keep playing and loving Granblue.
Word. Thank you. How about you, Plague? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've been on camera for one of these things, so I just want to say thanks for even having me and whatnot. I'm very, very happy to be here to chop it up with you guys, because it's especially you guys, because it's been a while for myself. And then we got to do it with Granblue, one of my favorite games. So
yeah, this was great. It was, I think, one of the best possible performances that we could have possibly had for Granblue Versus, as far as being fun to watch, different matchups, different styles, and everything else. All right, guys, I'm sure all the guys want to get some rest, and some of you also want to get some rest at home. So we're going to sign off for day number 1. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for day number 2. Follow the channel, follow the homies, follow me, Team Spooky, and we'll see you all tomorrow, everybody, for Evo Japan 2023, day number 2.
Peace and love.